I'll be right back.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tidal Roll, the show where a bunch of creatives, whether odd, whether strange, whether just normal in the sphere of creativity, sit around and play a bunch of TTRPGs. Welcome, of course, to firstly, our brand new layout, Look at Everything. Where, one, before you guys ask, that is not Umi. That is a placeholder for when we have official art of Umi. Secondly, you will start to see that we have links to a bunch of our streamers' own channels, so you can go support them wherever they're going to be streaming here on Twitch.tv. And thirdly, got a brand new background for everybody because we're getting up there now. A little bit more story integrating, it's becoming more richer, so we gotta do stuff in kind to make it look prettier. Now, last time we were here at the table, the Council had to do battle against a living sentient ship with lots of firepower and a dark evil soul within its core. In the midst of it, they did succeed in killing this sentient ship and getting a lot of loot, but in the process, 30% of their base was destroyed as collateral. Will it be restored? Will everything be according to the status quo when they return? Well, they left enough items behind, so we shall see if they did or didn't succeed in their whole claims. On the other side of stuff, with two members fighting two members of the Zodiac Company, try to do that whole thing as dramatically as I have, Dees was fighting against one of the Great Silver Mask, known as Cancer, named one of the 4 most powerful assassins on the Silver Mask rank. Rank number 4 to be exact. The battle was intense. Dees faltered for some time to almost die, but thanks to some serendipitous affairs, she pulled out one miracle and was able to slay her enemy once and for all. Meanwhile, for Amethysta, she had the pleasure of just fighting a copper mask that didn't even want to be here. Why? No one really knows for sure. But once enough blood was spilled, enough injuries were held, the member known as A disappeared within the cloudy banks of the Divine Realm, and we were soon given small respite for everyone to come home, collect themselves, and do some small misadventures at home. Once everything had been said and done, and poor Volin ended up being struck down by speaking one of the 5 forbidden words of Oltos' continent of Isano, Dahl, who's been a gremlin this entire day, decided to roll him over to Kit's home, who's been pursuing him for some time. He didn't want to be impolite, of course, and so they spent some time together. She thought he was being in the mood of returning her affections, to where our favorite Dragonborn has lost his virginity. A lot of applauses were had, and various people were applauding.
Really?
It's canon. It's canon. You know this.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, for everyone else, Dees, who's getting tired of being taken down for no reason, finally went to her wife and said, I want to learn some tricks to keep myself from faltering in battle. I want to be the Juggernaut. I want to live up to my title, and has learned some brand new techniques. Amethysta, trying to make sure that no one ends up falling ever again, with all the new dangers coming through, and knowing that since they're on their own, they cannot have as much backup as they did when they first started, put in a request with Gabriel to get some brand new equipment for everyone. Everyone's favorite oldest member of the group of Belovac decided to do some preparation works by getting his members some orders while everything was going according to plan, and was trying to make sure everything was solidified for people on the cliffside settlement in of itself. Make sure no bad events happen. And Dahl and Umi went to bed. 'Tis a brand new day, and by request, our lovely cast of players have said they wish to do a little bit of a revisal of things before they left for home. So, Deez, you said that you wanted to do something to just retcon what happened before you left the island of Din. What did you want to do? If you say you forgot, I swear to fucking God.
Here it comes. Here it comes. I think I'll see this big shit-eating grin on my face. I'm just waiting.
I can't with you, Strider. I can't.
Oh my God!
Shit, I thought I put this in my notes.
Fluff, Strider, you were there with Anne. Do you want to help her or watch her sink on her own?
Wait, no, it was,
Look, I would love nothing more than to help, but I don't remember myself.
I remember. Wasn't it the,
Speak, Gremlin.
What's in it for the Gremlin?
we were going to, pay tribute, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You are very correct.
You had to talk to someone to figure that information.
Right, I had to.
Yes.
So, who did you have to talk with?
Nemia.
There we go!
There we go. When given brain cells.
Working on getting you a third, okay?
We have been loaning you our brain cell, and dang it, we are streamers, some of us. We only have one brain cell. When we gotta lend it to you, it becomes a problem.
Look, the factory said they're fresh out. Someone else stole it.
Factory's been fresh out for a while, all the VTubers took them.
Oh God damn! I can't. Sometimes I just can't. It's too funny here.
I mean,
Also, retroactively, Volton's gonna be so mad at you because he spent a hell of a lot of time trying to figure out how to give tribute, and you just had to make a phone call!
Yes.
Got him.
Why the
Yes or no?
heck didn't you say anything sooner? And then he would give up because he's exhausted, he can't stay mad at D's, and he really doesn't want to be around in the hopes that nobody mentions where he's been the night before.
So.
Even though apparently there's a lot of people who know and gave him a goddamn round of applause.
Oh, that was just all.
Well, Doll's not gonna say a bloody word. Isn't that right, Doll?
She's already spilled beans. And the words.
So
I will end her.
How do you talk to Nemia? Because this is your first time calling her.
this is my first time calling her.
Would have Volan right behind you to listen in on this, but again, sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepies must have. No, that's too accurate.
I guess, yeah, I'm gonna kind of
pray to Unemi and kind of be like,
that's just perfect. Your opening prayer, belch.
no.
Great Unemia.
You know what? If that doesn't provoke a response from your god/goddess, then they aren't real.
What are y'all gremlins doing?
What are y'all gremlins not doing?
Oh, it's a baby!
Ah, that's cheating.
Like,
That's it. The dog cam comes on.
It's my niece.
hello,
Yeah.
hello, Nemia. I know I don't do this often, but I will be doing this a bit more.
Why does this sound like the phone call that I sent to Cypher?
Two people who don't know how to talk to
Oh god. Hi, Anne.
And then Deez is also gonna kind of be like, we're currently staying on the island of Din?
Yes.
Yes. And I know your husband is the god of that island, so we were looking to make tribute to him.
Isabel.
What would you be kind enough to share his name so that we can make proper tribute?
Only 3 seconds pass before Unemia descends upon you, and with her soft caramel skin, in contrast to her wavy blue hair racing down, acting more like a bikini top than actual hair at this point. She just stands proud before just looking down at you with just, oh, it's you.
Yes.
Alright. I got your prayer. I'm surprised that you remembered how to pray. Of course, every time I hear the word God, it's usually just from... I'm not gonna bring up what I see from you. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. I can't stand it.
You're killing me! Kill me, Paul!
You bottoms are all the same. Anyway, you were asking about my husband?
Yes.
I haven't seen him in so long, I've missed him. What do you need from him, exactly? Are you going to do something good for him, or are you going to do to him what you've done to me?
We're looking
Abby,
to
behave.
we're looking to pay tribute to him.
Okay. Well, if you must know, his name is Umakos, god of rain, god of hail, and god of the seas.
Alright, thank you very much.
Uh-huh. And then she just snaps her fingers and then just vanishes into bubbles.
I have so much to say, and yet I must say nothing.
So, for anyone that wants notes on how to spell Umakos, that is his name.
Hey, I spelled it right.
Hey! Let's go!
Hey, I can spell the spouse of my goddess's name right. Amazing.
Hooray! So, now, before we retroactively get you back to where we last left off, what is the tribute that you do? As I can finally go off face cam. Meh.
You never specified how we were supposed to deliver tribute, ritual or something specific. We have to actually set out into the ocean, did you?
Nope. Unemia heard, I want to know the name of your husband so I can give tribute.
Never known
Somebody
what
put-
he takes for tribute.
Someone poke Volan awake so that he can look it up.
Yeah, Deez is gonna consult with the scholar of the group.
Just looking for him. But you know, retroactively, you don't know where Volan is.
Shit.
He didn't
Are
talk
you
with
sure
anybody
there's
and
no
just...
door that literally says Bolin?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past these guys to label the rooms.
There is a room that you live in, but it's just the same way that you described it before. Kind of empty, but with just like the makeshift bed that you made that's made out of books, and the desk with the chair. So it's just
Gonna
D's
ask
going in like,
The rest.
Volan? Wow. Oh, where's Volan?
I mean, I would have found any service that would support me and just
Why did you
sleep on
summon
deck.
a motorcycle?
Deez is also gonna
Listen
ask
to
the
Zeth.
rest of the party where Volan is, or if they know where he is.
Well, at least one of them might know where he is.
Bello's just gonna say, I do not know. I am too busy packing.
I'll leave a cookie.
Wait, you're bribing? Oh my god, she's upgraded to extortion. I'm so proud.
Yeah, we can get you a cookie.
Okay, I dropped him off at the horny lady.
No!
That doesn't narrow it
Which
down,
poor
dog!
lady.
That is one dead salamander.
For more information, more cookies.
My god!
Wow, what a racket!
Okay, Deez.
You little shack
More cookies.
straight
cookies
down
are-
prick.
After acquiring the entire thing of cookies, he leads you directly to Kit's house.
He's so... Oh man.
My job here is done.
Thank you. He's gonna knock on the door. Volan, are you in there?
Just opening up the door, you just see Kit wearing her puffiest, thickest robe as she's just scratching the back of her head. She's just got 3 bags underneath her eyes, like she didn't do her makeup yet, just yawning, just... What do you want?
I'm sorry, I'm looking for Volan. Is he here?
1 second. Just closes the door. You wait about 5 minutes before you then just see that she's carrying him on one of her shoulders as he's still just fatigued from the 2 points of exhaustion. Fully clothed now.
You guys look like you had fun last night.
Damn well better be.
A lady does not tell.
on her end, and mine.
And then Kit just shakes, rolling awake as violently as possible.
Okay, I'm up.
Your goblin friend needs you, and I am not a morning person, so I need you to get the fuck out of my house/workshop.
Okay.
She just gently puts you down, and then as soon as you're walking out the door, slaps you on the ass, and then closes the door.
He just flinches away from that as the door shuts and doesn't catch his tail.
Abby.
Tries to relax. Stand at D's and be like, some of this is important.
Yeah, I found the god Unemia's husband's name.
Right, we gotta make tribute.
Yes.
What's the name?
Umakos?
The name is Makos. And what's the procedure to provide tribute to a Makos?
Yes.
You didn't ask, did you?
No.
Blake!
Just meowing up a storm looking for you.
I'm over here, buddy. Give me what volumes we have on the deity Makos.
Just flies off.
Thank you, buddy.
Takes a couple of minutes where we're almost halfway back to where we are in your departure time, where Blake comes back with just one scroll in his mouth that he just drops in your hand.
Thank you, buddy. And I just unfurl this thing and see what's in it. If it's a passing reference, I'm going to scream.
The passage itself reads, "The Lord of Rain, the Lord of Islands himself, of Umakos, famously made during the era of God Reprisal, husband to Unemia, one of the original of the prime deities. His glory is best known for his bountiful blessings to all aquatic life. His living legacy are the pearls that rise across the gem seas. Everyone that wishes for his tribute only have to give him one thing. And that thing," and then as soon as you're about to see the rest of the text, you can see that it's no longer written in common and starting to be written in a brand new language that kind of throws you off a bit.
Well, just tilts its head. What is... Squint at it. What do I roll to try to identify this language?
Let's say history, because language is historic.
It is. 11.
11. Okay, DC
Dice
is
hit
going to
me.
be 10. With an 11, you're able to comprehend that this is the language of the merfolk known as Neptunus.
I look over at D. You wouldn't happen to know Neptunus, would you?
No.
Anybody we know Neptunus?
We do have the Wear Short Collective.
You do.
Ew, we do.
They're all merfolk, technically.
Then technically any one of them could know how to do it.
Yeah.
Alright. I close up the scroll, hand it to Dees, and I say, get the last bit translated. It likely outlines exactly what we need to do to provide truth. The scroll is the entirety of the instruction. Follow it to the letter. Find him.
Alright. Well,
So damn tired.
Dees, who do you want to look for? Lee, Siobhan, Amira, Declan, Garrick, or Taslin?
We'll go for Lee, I guess.
Alright, you're looking for Lee. Luckily, she's at the pier, mostly because she's doing her hair, which has to be done by piranhas. Long story, don't need to know. So, while Lee is sunbathing while piranhas do her hair, again, long story, don't ask, you're just approaching her where she's just like, oh, hello there, Lady Dees. What's going on?
Hi, I was wondering if you knew how to read Neptunus?
Oh, I was about to say, are you gonna stop and read? Because of course I can read. I have an education. I'm not some fucking idiot.
Just a language that I don't know.
But I mean, I can read 9 languages. I can speak 8. My middle finger knows 1.
I don't doubt your education. You're very smart.
Yes,
So Wishbone was there for that.
and my tits are amazing right now.
Definitely Wishbone was there for that.
What you need
'Cause I-
learning, what you need translating.
I've got this scroll, and I'll hand her the scroll, and I need this part translated.
She
Please.
stretches out her leg like a contortionist to actually grab it with her feet, and then holds it up to her face. For about 30 seconds pass before she passes it back to you with her feet. Just, you need to sacrifice at least one. This is going to be sounding so stupid. You need to sacrifice something that belongs to the seas. Do you have something that belongs to the seas?
Maybe. And if not, I could probably get something.
What happened?
Thank you very much.
Yes, now kindly fuck off now.
This is a common thing with some NPCs.
Some NPCs we have just got attitude. Like,
Oh, you should have met the one that I stole, like, I bought a door from.
I
I was
mean,
gonna say stole away.
I mean, you started that with Stole, so I could.
the Were Shark Collective didn't spend a lot of time with you guys. They spent it with Mordecai.
I guess they need to own or get used to us or start to like us.
Well,
Vaughn is too tired to think about this.
When Mordecai hooked out with Maximilian, they went with Mordecai. So
It was a rocky time, so it's gonna take a while for them to be on your guys' side again, but you got time. You got all fall to win them back over. You guys can do it. I believe in you.
sure.
I don't
I
relish
do.
whoever has to do this negotiation.
But you know it is something that belongs to the seas that you need to tribute. Now, there's certain options.
Me.
You can't do it to someone that's not even here to play their character. That's mean.
I would only suggest that because she's not here. I know. I don't know. Do we got a fish? Fish belong to the sea. We have a fish that's still alive. Be alive.
Well, there's that.
There's actually better tribute than that.
Well, yes.
Does it have to be better tribute?
There is, but I don't think Anne wants me to say what it is.
I want you to say what it is.
I do.
Are you sure?
It's Anne's signature weapon.
Oh, right.
Oh no. No.
It's blessed by and belongs to the sea because it carries the essence of Unemia. So that is an option.
Oh.
Wait, I gotta look at. I don't know.
See,
what
but
kind of
is it
gemstones
rude
I
to
have,
sacrifice a weapon that was given to you by a god?
I mean, you could do that, or since technically you have another weapon that is related to the sea, you can give up that.
Basically saying it.
He kind of broke out on his Strider. Like your mic
Basically
was,
how this
there you
is
go.
sounding. Okay. Basically the way this sounds is that there is no good answer.
Yeah, it's like there's the Blade of Torrent and there's Nana.
The question is, how will he see it as tribute? Unemi's husband.
One
As a
crafted
tribute?
by the wife, one associated with storms that complement the seas. Which one?
I would say if you did use your signature weapon, depending on how he takes it, could be a good or bad thing.
But again, that's up to Anne because again, it's her signature weapon.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, because it's like I don't want Anne to give up her signature weapon because you guys know the bonuses that come with it when you have your signature stuff, and it's hard to replace one because you need to have an attachment to it. But this isn't a tribute to where you can make sure that nothing bad happens to the island ever again.
We only have to do this once, right?
Just once. That's
I mean, do we have to far? That's the question.
I would say it's probably best to be on the good side of the god of the island, especially since we want this place to be a lot more protected than it has been.
I mean, sure, but again, signature.
that's
Is
the,
it-
that's
I'm
the
not-
catch-22. It's like
Yeah.
signature weapon or a different weapon for the protection of the island, or we just do a different tribute and see what happens. Like, again, you could give up Nana, like your electric sword. That could be a different option, or you can give up the Blade of Torrent. I'm not saying you have to just make it the signature weapon. You have options, but those are two things that are the most biggest signatures for the seas. One made by the goddess that has been by your side since the whole entire track of Act 1, or a weapon that complements the seas itself. I give you guys these options because I don't want you guys to feel pigeonholed that, like, oh, we only have one thing that we can do and it can only be that. A lot of DMs do this. We have seen this.
Do I have anything I can?
Do you have...
I mean, I don't mind sacrificing Nana. Because sacrificing the Blade of Torrent feels...
Wrong, especially now that you are
Wrong.
getting closer.
Yeah, because that just... to me feels like I'm like spitting in her face.
And you've already done that enough.
I've done that enough.
Oh, she finally prayed to me. What the fuck is she doing with my blessed weapon?
Like, I know it's her husband, but
I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter.
that doesn't matter.
That would be a divorce waiting to happen.
Yeah, that is the divorce waiting to happen, and she is going to blame you. You ruined my relationship.
So ultimately, what do you want to do, Anne?
I'll sacrifice Nana or I'll give it as tribute to Umakos.
Okay. So, you draw out your electric blade. You haven't had it for long. It's only been with you roughly a month and a half, but it's done a lot for you. It's complemented your style so much that maybe in the future you'll get a second blade to replace it. Who knows? But in the meantime...
That's DM4. I'm totally replacing this.
Oh, I'm always making new stuff for you guys. You should know this by now. So...
Oh, we do.
You go towards the end of the pier while everyone is slowly getting on board and whatnot. Still roughly 20 minutes before you guys are going to be caught up in everything. And then you just draw it to then drop to the ocean, where as soon as it's about to hit the water, it floats for like a hot second. It floats above the water, just spinning slowly. As it's spinning slower and slower, being examined, you're seeing that it dissolves. It starts to turn into pearls. Black and pink pearls, dropping softly onto the water. Just the pearls then start to swirl a bit to then give off a small bit of mist, but then wrap around to then produce the very face of Umakos with his tendril-like hair racing down, huge oceanic eyes, face markings, and very elegant-like face, elegant-like lips, just looking upon you. Well, this is unexpected. You're giving me back my own sword.
Why didn't we think of this?
I haven't seen this blade since I was trying to take down that son of a bitch. No, you know what? It doesn't really matter. That's a matter altogether. But I haven't seen this blade in some time. And you're giving this as tribute to me.
Yes.
You know what, child? You're not bad. You're not bad at all. Well, I mean, you know Gabriel Wallace. Look at that man. I have tea with that man.
Oh yeah, because that's such an attainable bar.
I have tea with that man. He's lovely. I love him. Platonically. I would never... Well... No, I would never.
Should Volden hand you a shovel? Because I feel like you need to dig this hole faster.
But your tribute is more than acceptable. From this day forth, you and your people will not know strife, will not know issue, will not go hungry, will not experience drought. This land will be plentiful, for you are now under my care. So saith
Thank you.
by my law. And then the mist vanishes to where the very island briefly glows a soft sterling gray in places. where from now on, guys, mechanically, your home is no longer going to be invaded. Any person that is not, bless you, is not of your designation as allies or as friends, or even just strangers that you're just picking up at random, they cannot be here. You will be eternally safe as residents on this place, on this very island itself. That's how great the
I was expecting
tribute
this to
is.
backfire spectacularly.
It could, if you guys fuck up.
I mean, giving back his own sword is tribute. He thought we were going to insult the wife by giving her a sword. How much more insulting would it have likely have been to give back his own?
I mean, you guys never checked the historical significance of Nana. It's just, oh, it's the prettiest sword.
I mean, we didn't spend the time in full and wandered off to.
In all fairness, like he said, he
So?
hasn't seen that sword since something.
I mean, there's a pretty good chance that there isn't any historical record of it. There are spots, holes.
It might even be like a Zora moment where it's like, oh yeah, no one
Geez, that was
has,
bad, you
like,
should feel
any
bad.
idea what this sword is, except for the person that gets it later.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like we didn't know.
I mean, a
like,
Zappy Zap sword, yay.
Yeah.
But retroactively, you guys now have your island completely safe because the level of tribute that you did is great enough to keep everyone safe to where nothing will happen, especially since the guardian beast that surround this island are strong enough to kill anything that approaches.
Wanna heal exhaustion?
You still have your points of exhaustion. But we are now caught up enough to go back to where you guys were going into the Tempest realm. So, with that
Yeah, we need
retroactive stuff just getting themselves out the way, unlike the plane of air where it was just a bunch of soft clouds to just feel like you're lost in a dreamlike scape. Yeah, fuck no. No, this place is just a constant maelstrom of storms. Static just racing across. Twisters and hurricanes racing across everywhere. But all of the jinns, not labeled genies, just jinn. The universal term for all of these elemental beings, just jinn. And their brand new species of creations known as elementums are being born with these new elemental creatures. As when you guys are skewering through this realm, you're now seeing that the jinns, the genies, they're not the ones in charge. As you're piercing through one of the maelstrom cones that are going on, right below you, there are a bevy of some of the elemental birds themselves, like the Garudas, and their main emperor and empress, the Emperor Rock and the Empress Zoo. Their very essence bringing more of a chaotic nature that's still being tamed, but also running rampant. Their very wings still flapping abound, to where their very caws, their very cries still make more of the maelstroms and hurricanes racing across to where it's an almost deafening sound of wind.
I can't help but say, oh look, a Lugia.
I hate you so much.
Lugia and Zapdos.
But that is Arabic mythos lessons for you guys about how jinns and genies are afraid of the bird known as the rock because they actually eat jinns.
Yay, history. Well, mythology.
Historical mythology.
Yeah.
That joke is terrible, and you should feel terrible. But just over table overall, how do you guys feel about the first of the brand? Oh, I like that, Laurel. How do you guys feel in general about this brand new elemental plane for the wind and storm and even electrical elements?
Dope.
We're both sleeping.
No, I'm saying over table, like for you guys as players.
Oh, I think it's cool as fuck. I love Lugia.
Yeah, I think it's
It's my
really
favorite
cool.
Pokemon.
Fluff,
We're
you're
not gonna
quiet.
let it go ever.
Fluff is very quiet today.
I hope he's okay.
I'm sure.
No, I'm just a little out of it. I just have a bit of a headache.
Oh,
I'm still
Oh.
good at game though.
Okay.
I'm glad you still came by.
Yeah, but I like this place. I can't wait to see the other potential realms.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Do not worry.
I like elemental stuff.
But here's what I'm gonna do, because unlike last time I was doing travel stuff for a table, I'm taking some notes from Antonio D'Amico, which is I'm gonna give you guys 3 color routes to go with it. But I'm doing it a twist because of my own partial color blindness, where you guys can choose a blue route, a red route, or a green route.
Oh god, it's Mass Effect 3 all over again.
Keep note, this is a fact for everyone that does not know. I cannot see one of those colors.
Would it be... Actually, should I bother guessing?
I actually know roughly by memory what colors you can't see, so.
It's only 2 colors of the rainbow I can't see. And they're important
Is
colors.
one of them red?
Oh no, I can see red.
Or the green?
I do recall which one it is, or which 2 they are.
Yeah. And Strider got one of them.
Wait. Can't see blue and green?
No, I can't see just green out of the red, blue, green spectrum. It's weird.
Can't remember what the color...
What was the all the colors again?
Well, there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, then brown, and then there's just the combined stuff of black and white, of absence of color, combination of color.
Colorblindness typically works the primary color and a complement color being unless you kind of colorblind. But I can't remember what the color...
Like, I don't understand this myself, but just to kind of cut through the whole thing, I can't see green and yellow. It's the weirdest thing. It's the stupidest thing about my eyes, where it's like, I've been told by people I wear a yellow shirt sometimes, but I see it as gray. Or I look at grass, I don't see the green in grass. It's very weird.
There are a few things that cause color blindness. Usually stemmed from either lesion of the eye or a neural problem. Not sure
Probably
one you have.
Probably one of the 2, but that doesn't matter. So you guys got to pick a route of the color scheme of what it is. But I'm doing it as a twist because one of them will not be the one that you're expecting. So I'm just throwing that out.
We inspect.
Volan in his tired state votes red and blue. Because fire night.
Can we inspect them before we jump ho?
No. This is a completely
Screw
blind
inspection.
thing.
Just go!
Can't say I
Screw
It
didn't
would
inspection,
make
try.
screw
it
thinking.
easy otherwise.
It's true.
Yeah, it would be. Our rolls are too good.
I still wanted to try.
I mean, if we wanted to be smart, we would talk to our navigators and map makers, stenographers.
Okay. If we're going in blind, I want raid.
Well, I would like to talk to Mordani.
You want to talk to Murdani?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you want to approach him about which? Because it's not the color scheme for him; it's just 3 different directions.
I would like to ask him roughly which directions he thinks is the safest.
Well, this is my first time here. I don't really. Oh, you know, I'm fire. This is a complimentary area for me, but I feel like if I just even get a little bit excited, I might set the whole ship on fire. So, oh boy.
What will I do? No.
So,
Okay.
all I'm gonna say, from what I can tell by the directions of the air, maybe the center or the left routes will be better, because the wind is lesser in those pockets than the one on the right.
Won't heavier winds be indicative of higher sail?
In normal environments, yes, but as you can tell from the very environment itself, just gesturing to how the maelstroms have it where the strong gusts get pushed into where they're hitting the twisters, the tornadoes, and everything, that for elementals and elementums and even the elemental birds, it's fine. But it's not something that will be test-worthy for the Firebird.
This is why Sleepy Dragon.
As Anne will be back in just a few because their computer crashed.
It was such a complex problem that our computer can't. No, it was all the jokes.
No. But what does the captain want to do in particular?
See, this one's difficult for me.
Sucks being in charge, but he can't flip a
Well,
coin.
no, the thing is, what's throwing me off is how the colors are lined up.
Yes. However, like I said, it's a twist where you gotta see it like how I would. I can't see one of the colors, so it should be like which one would be the safest route. But also you gotta remember, because Laurel, you know at least 3 of my favorite colors, so it should give away like what would be the best thing.
Vince, I'm lucky if I remember mine at this current moment.
You know, that's fair. Welcome back, by the way, Anne.
But I know
Thank you.
I know one of your favorite colors is black.
It is. I wear a lot of black shirts.
I would say your second favorite color might be red. Because blood of your enemies.
Oh, yeah. But what do you want to do? Well, you can lean on Anne for this. You don't have to do this by yourself.
I And any clues? Any ideas?
Ideas? What?
Because I remember only vaguely one of Vince's favorite colors for sure, and the other one I'm not sure on. But I think it's accurate because of the fact is when he's pissed off, all he sees is this one color.
The same color the rest of us see?
Yes.
I mean,
So, we know one direction not to go.
All I can think is ice cream flavors right now.
God damn.
What ice cream?
Because I'm right now tied between black and red.
let's go down the red path then.
As good a path as any.
Viva the cherry!
Okay.
Alright. So, you guys are going down the central path. Just careening forward, where it's where a wide berth opens up to where there are twisters to the left, hurricanes to the right, but you're in a weird draft to where there's a calm right here. It's like you're in the eye of where every storm is afraid to really touch down, because it's where the cool-off period is. Like, there's no big storm surrounding you. It's just all these storms on the sides of you.
You have chosen wisely.
Where to the right, if you guys went down the green path, you can actually hear Beast just rampaging in the distance.
We have chosen poorly.
But going down the central path, I will say that you guys get to see some stuff to where, especially for Amy, Bello, and Deez, you actually see that the winds are kind of showing you some stuff that might be for your futures. Might be. As when you're looking into the winds to see certain stuff, maybe it's changes that you might want to do, maybe it's accepting some brand new things for yourself genetically, knowing that the Schism and the Pandoria have affected a lot of things across the way. You don't know. But it's giving rise to just showcasing things that could be if you embark on a brand new path forward, with Amy seeing what she could be as a Talani, Deez with a brand new aesthetic for herself, and even Bello taking up a brand new appearance that can embrace him at his happiest, to let so much of himself feel more at peace and more at ease. I apologize, Laurel, that they're not perfect. I'm still working on relearning anatomy, but I went over everything as best as I could.
I mean,
I can't even see shit if I wanted to.
looks okay. Seen much worse.
I can always
good.
be better.
It's better than I could.
But throughout all of the winds passing, as Volan and Umi are sleeping on opposite sides on the bow, Doll, you even look into the winds, but they don't show you a future version of yourself. Just shows a lot of blank pictures in the wind. Whatever that might mean for you down the line is unsure. But because you guys went down the middle pathway, when you're then just bursting through one of the nearby maelstroms to see a bunch of djinns giving birth to new wind elementums that will slowly be the brand new beings replacing Genasi's, meaning the Genasi's you guys have now across the entire planet are like the last of their own breed. There will be no more Genasi's after this generation, unfortunately.
No, we have one.
So, just breaking through that maelstrom, you actually see a tiny little crack into the very realm itself, peering through. Where if you guys want to fly into that, you can. Or just keep flying around and looking for something else.
Want to fly into the eye of the storm?
He said you want to fly into the eye of the storm.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
So you guys don't want to go into
Alright,
the crack.
sounds like it's been decided.
I have the same.
Switch ways.
Poland usually stays away from.
Well, alright, so you guys, instead of going towards the crack downwards, you fly straight into the eye of the very storm itself.
Why do we agree to do this again?
It is black as hell, and there is static racing across everywhere, to where I need one of you to roll a d20 to see if anything hits the ship.
Really
It's got the
lucky.
luckier dice. It's got the luckier dice.
He said one person.
You know what? I'll roll.
I
17.
rolled.
Oh, you roll?
Yeah, 19.
Oh,
19.
there you go.
We'll take the 19. We'll take the 19. We'll take the 19.
Yeah,
That
we'll
is
take
the
that.
ship's armor class.
Oh, thank God you didn't.
No, I said that is the ship's armor class.
Oh shit! It hits up.
So the ship will technically take 13 points of damage.
Really should have said my roll. I rolled a 1.
Too late, bitch! It's already happened!
You wanted good dice, not bad dice, it seemed.
But
No, all we had were bad dice.
as you
They
guys
screwed
are
us.
still in the eye of the storm, there is a brand new crack that is floating nearby, and then just more of the Tempest realm laying out before you with more twisters, more hurricanes, more maelstroms. Do you go into the crack, or do you just keep flying around?
What can we
I
even
think it's.
find
I
here?
think we're just progressing at the point. Let's go into the crack. The crack is not going to hurt us.
Are you sure about that?
I'm more sure that I don't want us to get hit by storms anymore.
Look, crack is a hell of a drug.
Exactly.
So better than cocaine.
Look, a storm.
Nobody knows about avoiding cracks more than Volan up until recently.
Pulls down my
But
glasses.
still, just like he did
Okay.
yesterday, he is voting to delve into the crack.
Okay, so just going towards the crack and just cracking through, just bursting through it with the crack splintering into an actual dimensional rift from one plane of reality to the next. You guys actually have now overshot it to where you're like, I'd say a good 5 to 10 miles away from Ormaquette, from where you guys could have been from the original crack, as it is technically now nightfall.
Take a shot every time you hear someone say crack. Man, Fluff was right. Crack is a hell of a drug.
God damn it.
It is now technically nightfall, with you guys being 5 to 10 miles away if you were sailing. By air, 2.5 miles away.
Wait, how much time have we made up then?
It's nightfall on the same day. It's gonna be Phaon in roughly, I'd say 7 hours.
We're early, right?
Let's get some sleep. Let's get some sleep. Let's more. Get some sleep. The tired dragon calls for sleep.
I thought you
All
were
you've been
sleeping
doing
the
is
whole time.
sleeping.
And I call for more!
Can I knock him out?
I'm very exhausted.
He is extremely exhausted.
Oh. You brought this upon me. You don't get to complain.
But do you guys
could've
have the
struggled.
ship sitting there while you sleep? Or sail towards Ormaquette while you sleep?
Sail towards.
We have a cr-
that.
Yeah.
Sail and park, and then
Something-
park it.
Yeah, we'll ride.
Okay. So, let me get the brand new music ready. Because by
So
the
if, there,
time...
if there's a,
It's
Sorry.
fine. So, by the time you guys get there, it will be roughly 5.5 hours where you guys can drop anchor and just sleep in the air for the whole entire time. Just to get some 40 winks, you know.
Long rest. Long rest.
You guys qualify for a long rest, do not worry.
Give me that.
As right now, you guys know it's morning. You can feel that it's morning. But it's darkness. There is no sun. You just see a perpetual green, but also small hints of, I'd say, pink moon in the air. Sickly toxic stars glimmering down. With an island that kind of looks like if Dark City and Blade Runner had a baby together. I have a feeling no one has seen Dark City, the movie, so that reference is lost on so many people.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen Dark City, but yeah, I get the reference.
It's like a cyberpunk metropolis type of thing, but at the same time, you see a myriad of caves just littered across. So it's like cyberpunk, but with prehistoric elements, just merged together in the weirdest, most clunky way.
I'd call it Think the Matrix, but worse.
It may be, who's to say?
You want to say that.
But at the same time, when you see how the waves, usually when you're at sea, they're rocking, they're very much alive. When the waters are hitting Ormaquette's very skyline that just peter down, the waves are still. There are no waves crashing. There's not even a hint of light hitting the water. You don't even see any sea life springing to life. It's like it's distilled until you see the very island itself bustling with nighttime activities, hover vehicles, various things on the arcane screens, on the audio relay towers. Everything about it feels more like it's living when it comes to land, but dead in the water. It's a very stark contrast from the very islands you guys have gone to with Aesotro with the Hunters Guild, or Grandma and Grandpa's island way further out from where you guys are located, or Ugos, where you guys started your adventures, or even the peninsula that's on the borders of Auslin and Isano of Jujira, this just feels eerie. This feels dark. But how do you all feel waking up to this?
Blowing up with one eye.
In danger.
Sees absolutely nothing. Blowing up with one eye, sees absolutely nothing because he doesn't have low light or dark vision.
Oh, you don't
Well,
need
just
dark
die.
vision. The very city and the very island is just glimmered in cyberpunk light. Just those neon bright colors.
Poland's just thinking. Right?
But what about, well, Amy's like, I'm in danger. What about Deez and Doll?
Doll isn't.
Oh no, Doll's the kid in the candy shop here. It's like all the stories she's read, or pretended
Doll's going to
to
become
try
a
and
butt
read.
plug at some point. It's cyberpunk. She's a small
But no,
creature.
she's extremely happy here, especially since there's no daylight anywhere.
Oh yeah.
You okay there, buddy?
I'll survive. I just decided to inhale my drink for no reason.
Oh,
Yeah. You get an advantage in dark places, don't you?
No, I had sunlight sensitivity, so that makes.
Oh, so you're no
basically
longer
means
in disadvantage.
I am now comfortable in this environment. The sunlight hurt her eyes.
Yeah. Gotta get you glasses.
but we're gonna have you guys touch down. Not officially in the cities just yet. You're touching down off the coast. Nothing too crazy yet. Nothing too wild. You're gonna be off the coast for just a hot minute. The reason I say that is because since you're landing in Ormaquette, the moment you're touching down, there's gonna be 3 different ships that have green lit torches floating out to meet you as they're carrying a barge that has nothing more than gold and silver spider webs to bring in who you guys kind of know from a roster that you guys had to look at long ago of one of the mayors of Isano. That of Mayor Aorli. And their translator of Lawan.
I guess at this point, Poland has.
There's something going on with your mic because you sound clear, but at the end it just cuts out. Like, what's going on with your mic, buddy?
Your voice mod on?
No, the mod's not on. It's his normal voice.
No, like, is it turned on in the background and trying to like take over? Because that's happened with a number of the friends
it could be
from
because his
Sunday.
video's on.
Maybe. Who's to say? Like, I'm not trying to do anything that's going to be derailing the game. I'm just like, I want to make sure everyone's heard. Because unlike certain people that run games on Twitch, I want to make sure everybody's heard. And I am throwing shade if you know who I'm talking about.
I think I figured out what the problem is.
What happened, buddy?
My microphone was it defaulted to a maximum output volume in my voice mod, which does control my pitch and what have you. So then
So
Discord was catching it as, no, this is too loud, and filtering me out.
Gotcha.
So it was voice mod.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
it was
sense.
voice mod being a little bit of a dick, but it was more Discord thinking it was being a dick.
Got you.
Just turn the levels down, shouldn't catch it anymore.
So what were you saying is Volan? So we can all catch it.
I was just asking if he's got to get out of bed now.
I mean, you only have 1 point of exhaustion, so it won't be too bad for you at this point.
Last time he was this exhausted, nothing phased him. So maybe this is a good thing.
Maybe, but as the barge is brought in with the mayor and their translator, do you guys want to greet them, or do you want them to board your ship?
I would like to greet them.
Okay.
Might be a good
It
idea
would be
to
the
do that,
polite thing to greet them.
yeah. Let's not piss off the mayor.
So,
Who do you think I am? A heathen?
No comment.
Do you really want me to add to that?
So, with the four of you getting into a longboat where you're just like, Bello, you're gonna be stationed here, where he's just like, I was going to be here anyway, because I have nothing really to do right now. Also, I think Umi is
Just be ready on the
gonna-
cannons.
I'm always ready on the cannons, my dear friend.
Wonderful. And keep an eye on Umi. Don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Yeah, she's getting a little bit out of sorts right now. So as soon as you guys are getting into the longboat to then just sail towards, they have the mayor's barge ship already having the mayor and their translator floating towards you guys on a large enough vessel for two, where it's just a giant Drider woman dressed up kind of like a secretary on top with the large black widow bottom, as there's also a gnome just up front with like tiny spectacles, as he's wearing like an accountant's like uniform underneath a huge hooded peacoat to greet you guys, with tufts of white in their blonde hair to match their green eyes. The gnome speaks to you guys in gnomish because they don't know common, to where the Dritter is now like, the mayor would like to say, welcome to Ormaket.
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, I
What's up,
can't
Matisse?
English.
I'll just waves.
He just reaches out real slowly and pokes Ametista.
If it was any of my other characters, you would have been bitten. Just forewarn you.
Just bites him.
Yeah, but she likes me.
Oh, thanks for having us. Sorry.
The gnome still speaks in gnomish, to where you guys have to look at the Dritter, who's just translating a few seconds afterwards. It is a pleasure for us to receive you on behalf of the Wallace Corporation. We were told great things by your emissary, known as Maximilian Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
The gnome continues to where the secretary carries on of like, strangely though, you all kind of resemble descriptions of some adventures that have recently passed.
We get that a lot. You know, adventurers, we're a dime a dozen. Or a copper a dozen. Please ignore me, I'm very tired.
The gnome continues without a step to where the translator behind him, still dressed like a secretary, is like, in any regard, we want to welcome you officially. It is a high honor to have such professional-looking individuals. And then they just both stop to look at Doll, who just looks too excited for their comfort, where the gnome is just looking with a raised eyebrow, and the Dritter's just looking at Doll, just the quizzical look on her expressionless face, like, that
Oh,
one,
this is her first mission.
no, that one looks a little bit too happy to be here.
Just pulls out the
She's happy
umpteenth
to be
cookie
out,
she's
so-
had. She also just pulls out the umpteenth cookie she's been saving from yesterday.
I think it's gonna be stale.
A cookie's a cookie. This is my 20th one
Cookies are good.
this morning.
Who gave you that many cookies?
Aren't you thirsty?
Woo!
Just a small pat on the little salamander's head.
The gnome then continues, after composing themselves just a little bit, as the Dritter follows up. As we were saying, we're going to have you park your ship in our resident cove district of Jurogi. We will take you to our main city. Hopefully you can help with our situation.
Of course.
Absolutely. I'm sure that we can do something about it.
Hopefully so. Because if the archaeologist class can actually find any of the disturbances that have been arising underneath our catacomb system, it would do us great honor to make sure that nothing terrible happens.
That's what we're here to prevent.
You then see the
Don't remember.
Dritter just click their teeth to almost have, like, pincers ripped from their cheeks, to then have people direct the Firebird by actually having the rest of your party disembark to join you as they bring you and your longboat. They're not going to bring you on the bridge itself. They're going to just pull you to the dark city itself of Karami, where, if you guys need that in your notes, there you go.
That one.
There you go for you guys' notes. I left those indicators for you guys to type up at your leisure.
Or in my case, I just take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fuck you.
So, you guys got those in your notes?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll make sure you guys got your notes together. So, as you're being pulled in by your long ship to be pulled into the dark city of Karami, like I said before, very cyberpunk-esque, to where you're seeing a lot of the elements that you'd see in a cyberpunk community of various hover vehicles, various people wandering around with the most impractical get-up, some people with puffy jackets, some people with dominatrix leather, a lot of it just with nocturnal species just wandering around, whether it's dritters, whether it's drow, whether it's certain types of gnomes and dwarves, whatever nocturnal species you can think of, they're here. Even Zotzas or Batfolk are just flying around with no care in the world, with certain vampires and dampirs even walking the streets.
Just looks at all of this and is not even remotely phased by even the most enticing of appearance. He's got a glassy stare that says, "I am too tired for this shit." And he mutters, "Should probably call Cypher," when he sees a bat lady walk by.
We love to see emotional growth from our favorite Dragonborn.
Emotional growth. He's just too tired to process what he's looking at.
I said what I said.
He's rolling at disadvantage with his perception checks.
Oh, that does
He don't
remind me.
see shit.
If you guys want to inspect the
Oh, no.
city with perception or investigation, you may do so before you fully disembark.
Why not? What's the worst that could happen for me? They're both just as bad. I might as well go investigation.
My stupid back.
Well, gee, I wish I could have taken the good roll. 11.
11. What you typing, Fluff?
I'm trying to get my notes.
Okay.
Because with dog being sighted here, what am I doing investigation?
I got a 9.
Are we doing perception or
Investigation.
investigation? Okay.
You got a 9 there, Anne?
Yeah.
Bees is not built for dark cities.
I roll better than you. She can see in the dark.
Yes. Yes,
Why am I rolling
Lord.
I got a 18 in perception.
18 in perception. And just waiting.
26 in investigation.
You got a 6?
A 26.
20. Okay, I was about to say you got a 6?
No,
It's like, what, you roll a -2?
I was about
sadly,
to be
no.
like-
The lowest I
Go ahead.
would say, but sadly, the lowest I could get is a 0 if I roll a certain stat.
True. So, with perception, Amatista beats it by 1 because the DC was 17. This is probably the only place that you can see that is not magically powered. There is something abnormal that is powering this very place, but it's not by magic. It's not even by a artificer relic from the past during the Age of Aggernon. Something's powering this place, and it's not magic. The very buildings were not built magically. They seem to be hand carved, not by metal, but like every skyscraper doesn't really look like it has a shred of metal, not even wood. You can't even tell if it's stone carved. There's something strange about this place. But
Calling it out, Flesh City.
maybe. But from the investigation from Dahl, the weirdness comes from the fact that the city is more of a living creature. Everything, the streets,
Not little one.
the buildings, everything that's not a vehicle or a person, the city is alive.
God damn it, Night City, get out of my D&D campaign.
Oh, she's just excited of the idea of a living city. It does not even freak her
We
out.
need- We need to do a one-shot of Cyberpunk Red.
Maybe someday.
I'm just getting Repo the Genetic Opera vibes.
I was hoping somebody would. I love that
There's a
rock
reference.
opera.
Here's a reference.
You know, it's one of my favorite musicals.
One of mine too. I did a whole a countdown of my favorite musicals on YouTube. Anywho, fully disembarking, you guys now know the city is not what it seems, and everyone just seems to be friendly, but there's just something off about this place. You've never been to an island like this before. In your stays in Isano, this is the first time you don't feel like everything is what it seems. But in character, how do you feel about the situation?
I need to lay off his shiny objects. Canonically, yes, Amy collects anything that's shiny.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I'll just look at everything. I want to go there. 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 The most excited she's ever been.
One feels lethargic.
Olin feels lethargic, good to know. And D's.
Yes. How does D's feel? Should have brought Candace. She probably would have had a great time here.
I guess Deez feels kind of curious.
Hopefully not that curious.
Okay. Oh, you were saying, and please finish your sentence.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Just wanted you to get
Just
everything out.
Yeah.
So, the moment you guys are going off, the mayor has their translator pick up the longboat, and then they just throw them to some mummies. And then you just hear the gnome just yell at them in gnomish to carry it somewhere. Probably to your ship. You don't know, because I don't know if anyone speaks gnomish.
It's really bad that I don't think any of us do. It's not even a common language.
Oh, look at mine. Because I honestly forgot.
To where...
I was so
Oh, go ahead, Strider.
I'm so focused on these exceptionally rare languages that I thought to put a common one down.
Yeah.
And one of them's redundant because someone else speaks it too.
Nope, I don't. It's, I'm trying to... I only speak as common, draconic, and infernal.
And
along with
oh, go ahead.
another language.
Yeah, I was about to say, and a brand new language because of your feet.
I just haven't added it to my notes.
Which is fine.
Or my languages.
We need to talk Draconic to each other just to mess with everybody.
I think Doll only knows.
Yeah, we can cuss at each other out.
I think Doll only knows Common and Draconic.
You do.
I'm not sure if there was anything else.
Oh, great! So she can understand us cussing each other out.
So, the gnome
So
that...
the only one who doesn't know Draconic here is Deez.
Of course you don't. So, the gnome mayor obviously turns to you guys and is just saying in gnomish where the Dritter falls behind of like, welcome to Karami. Would you like us to escort you to your destination, or would you like to find the professor and their students by yourself?
Paul just slowly turns on Matista.
Guidance would be wise.
Very well. And she just does some clicks where it's almost like her cheeks are almost ripped apart to have pincers come out, to have a few bat folk just flutter down, to then just bow before being like, follow us.
Definitely calling Cypher later.
So the Zotzas actually just take a couple of steps to have you guys follow behind before you just feel like jerking motion because you're on arcane tiles that kind of act like... God, what do they call those? Like motion tracks in airports. It's not like escalators, it's just like on the same floor. Because I keep forgetting what they're called because I barely see them.
People just call those either magic carpets or, I know there's a technical term for it, but the most common one that I've heard say it is that they're the magic carpet.
Sure, we'll go with that. It's like a magic carpet motion track that just has you guys going through the city with hover cars.
You're just pulling its Jetsons, aren't you?
Pretty much. Hover cars and anti-grav vehicles just whizzing past you guys at top speed as they're just, talking to each other, giving you guys enough of a wide berth to do some RP together if you wish. Or you can just ride in silence and then we just jump to the professor and their class. It's your decision.
I tie string around Doll's tail.
You do that, Doll just looks at you, speaks in Draconic. So who's Cypher? Another mate?
I sneeze at you. And I respond in Draconics, don't poke your nose. You've done enough. And no wandering off.
I need payback for training.
Looks.
You're going to try and pay us back in revenge for making you stronger. Yes, that tracks.
Nothing can really phase me. I'm gonna point that out for you now, Doll.
Doll just kind of like stunts back. But you understand me?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, keep that in mind next time. You can speak Draconic.
She just looks over at Dee's, wondering if she understood.
I uttered Draconic. Jesus, ass is fantastic today. And when he sees that she doesn't respond, he goes, no, she doesn't understand.
Alma just smirks, goes over to Dee's, and then just whispers that in her ear.
I yank the string on your tail and pull you away from her. And this is why I got the string.
I bite at the string, and if I can't, I use primal savagery just to bite it away.
I will pick you up.
You'll bite.
I can handle that.
Oh yeah, that kind of dragonborn.
Hey, yep.
As Bolin and Doll are doing this entire display, everyone on the opposite motion track is just giving you guys quizzical looks at the Cobalt and Dragonborn, just like, what the fuck is going on over there?
I just pick up Doll, place her back down. It's like, behave yourself.
He just smiles. She's a lot more comfortable than you guys noticed in the last several days.
And while it is certainly adorable, and Volin, on a small level, does like seeing it, Doesn't like the trouble you're causing him.
As you guys are going on this motion, I can't stop saying motion. I know it's commonly just a magic carpet, but I'm just.
Just take motion trip. It's fine. It sounds better than magic carpet.
As you guys are going down the motion track, you see on the big arcane screen to your right, that's on a huge display, one of the skyscrapers. There, yeah, that and that.
Yeah, that thing.
A conveyor belt.
Conveyor
Hopefully
belt.
not that guy. I mean,
Either conveyor belts or
that is
sidewalk.
a term for it, but conveyor belts are usually specifically for like
Yeah, like for warehouses
transporting goods
and, stuff,
and
right?
manufacturers and what have you. Yeah,
Yeah. That's where you
the
often
ones that are
see
meant for
them.
humans, while they are still conveyor belts, are called something different.
Moving sidewalk.
Moving side. Thank
That's
you.
the
Yes,
word.
thank you guys.
That's the fucking word. Oh,
I just
yes,
barely
it's-
see them, so I don't remember the term.
Yeah,
I
they're more at
remember the
airports than
stupid
anything.
term that everybody uses at the airports, calling the magic.
Oh god.
Never heard magic carpet. I've just heard sidewalks.
Okay, so while you're on the moving side, everyone just give a round of applause for Anne for helping, because it was bothering the fuck out of me.
Yay!
So, as you guys are on the moving sidewalk going forward on the big arcane screen to the right of you on one of the skyscrapers, as of right now, people are trying to get into other programming that's not the news, to where there seems to be an interview segment going on with a very pretty-looking Danu fairy. Kind of looks more bug-like than your typical fairy, roughly around like 5'5", kind of looking like a ladybug fairy. As she's just like, and welcome back to our program. Today we have a very interesting guest that is joining us to not only talk about a brand new venture that they're starting with jewelry, but they have started a brand new team known as the Carousel. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tiny Vivi, the sole survivor of the Council of Thousand Names. Like a roaring applause goes through, just like, thank you, Tiny, very happy to be here. Thank you, Bug Lady. That's not my... You know what, you're so handsome, I'll let it go. So tell us, Mr. Vivi, what is going on with this venture that you're doing? Well, Tiny was thinking, aside from jewelry, Tiny will then start to do this thing where I add brand new concoctions to his grilled cheese. I discovered this when my new friend here of Gex. Gex, would you come out here? Go fuck yourself and die.
Oh my god.
Gex is camera shy.
He doesn't change.
So, I was
gonna
talking to my good friend Gex, and my tiny friend... Oh, sorry, I'm tiny. He's just small friend. We were doing this grilled cheese recipe where I took some sausage slices, and I was using the cooker number 2 with my grilled cheese, and I made grilled cheese and sausage sandwich with garnish. That sounds lovely, Mr. Vivi, but we were wondering about a different venture that you were doing involving your group, the Carousel. You've been only on the scene for a couple of days with this brand new team, and you have an announcement involving these dastard criminals known as the voice of the child. Tiny don't know child, but Tiny do know voice of child. Tiny and his team has taken down at least if Tiny carry one finger, with the other fingers Tiny could have, but Tiny only have 10. Tiny will have to say that we have brought down maybe 900 facilities across Western Isano. 900? Tiny may be exaggerating. Tiny just want to
Yeah,
see
let's
smile on
see how-
everyone's face at home. Everyone starts to chuckle a bit in the studio from Tiny just going about this. While you guys are seeing this on the screen, you're seeing that he actually pulled his hair back a bit to be in a man bun, but also he has face tats on his left and right cheek, but he looks exhausted. Tiny's not looking like he's at top energy right now. He looks like hell. Especially like tear lines going down the left and right of his face. Well, Mr. Vivi, 900 or Tiny would probably say maybe 90. Lots of upset feelings and lots of things going on. Tiny just trying to make sure everyone's safe. For me, for wife Rainy, for Mr. Blue Paw, for everyone in studio, especially since Tiny give everyone deluxe grilled cheese with tomato soup. As everyone's just
He hasn't changed.
looking down to where the cameras turn, everyone actually is like, oh my god, we actually got grilled cheese and tomato soup from Tiny. Oh my god, the legend was real. Tomato soup and grilled
turn-
cheese.
Why would you turn Tiny into fucking Oprah Winfrey?
Of grilled cheese.
And also,
You know, if she did this long enough, she would go on stages.
if you look at
grilled
Trey,
cheese.
if you look at the tray, Tiny also give everyone sample from his brand new line of jewelry. Tiny just went to town and made some stuff that he thought was just okay. And when it's shown on camera, they're just the most decorative bracelets, rings, earrings, chokers, necklaces. They look like premium quality that Tiny just made by himself. But he's just like, oh, Tiny, just throw them together. They mean nothing. They mean nothing! Tiny, I think I love you. Tiny flattered. Tiny not interested. So anyway, back to grilled cheese. And then you guys are pushed past the monitor to where everyone's just clamoring around. It's like, god damn, that's the sole survivor of the Council of 1,000 Names? Man, he's quite the jokester. I know, right? I heard like there were more powerful members that were alive, like that Amy Teaster and that Baloney Back.
You know I'm gonna call him that from now on.
You know that's going to cause a toothache to you, right?
How
It'll
many
be
times
worth
do you
it
need to
in
be?
the end.
How many times do you need to be struck down?
But from just that small interaction,
Until it kills me.
from just the members that know Tiny, being just Amy, Deez, and Volin, how does hearing Tiny's voice and even seeing him make you feel?
I just wish I could give him a hug.
He hasn't changed. Not even a little.
He needs a hug and a nap.
Definitely needs a nap.
He misses you guys.
I'm pretty sure he would like a hub.
He needs a nap and a hug.
He really does miss you guys.
We're going to spring it on him at some point, I'm sure.
But Motion Sidewalk continues. Everybody is still just a buzz talking about the brand new talk show that's sweeping the nation as like the first of many that they're trying to do with Oltosian Network. Trying to go from world news to just being like variety programmings. Some people are saying there might be a game show. Some people might say it might be a music station show. Everyone's just like, we could do more stuff with our range besides just reporting the news. But by the time it's roughly like a good hour just on the moving sidewalk, the Bat Folk disembarking to have you guys follow as you're now in front of another row of buildings that just seem as towering and imposing as the last. As if nothing was different about this city. and it starts to really hit you about just how weird this place is.
It hasn't hit Bolin yet.
I know, you're exhausted.
None of this is gonna hit him until his exhaustion is gone, dang it.
But the bat folk continue just walking up a relatively steep hill, just a small enough incline that it looks imposing, but it's no more than maybe like a 5-foot leap. Nothing crazy. It's the darkness that makes it look imposing. As soon as you walk up, it then leads to like a small oval shape of a space of the buildings with a giant hotel in the middle. That's just the only thing that doesn't look like darkness. It actually looks like a pure white building with flashing lights that's not neon. It's the most ostentatious thing in the middle of the city. As a familiar looking, I want to say halfling? I don't remember what the professor looks like anymore. I want to say halfling, but I feel like it was a dwarf. It's been so long since
What's the
Shepherd's
difference?
Cradle.
It's been forever.
What the difference called Madraugr?
I don't know if that's... It's gonna bother the shit out of me. I know I'm gonna be rewatching the Shepherd's Cradle episodes, and it's gonna bother the fuck out of me. I can't remember. And then when we do the session next week, I'll be like, God damn it, guys, I got the species wrong. So I'm just gonna say halfling.
You can retroactively correct yourself later.
I will. So we're just gonna say it's a short species. We're gonna keep it vague and keep it moving. As she's standing next to her avian folk friend of Colonel Therian Razorbeak, as she's got a clipboard just going down some stuff. Alright, here we got our bags, we got our new shipment of stuff, we got our crates. Are we missing anything else? I have no idea. Okay, we have our no idea. Wait a minute. Therian, you're no help. I'm sorry, I'm just not sure what it is we're supposed to be keeping track of, madam. You bother me with your politeness and your holding of authority. Really riles up my britches. Sorry, madam. My apologies, madam. Oh, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna bite your fucking kneecaps. And as they're still going down, it's just the bat folk then just flapping their wings up before gesturing of presenting the Professor Arcadia and the Colonel himself of Therian Razorbeak. Where they turn to see you guys, where they give a knowing look to Deez, to Amy, and to Bello. Where the rest of you guys are just like, what the fuck? Alright.
I'm not one of no. I'm just gonna take my tired ass over here.
I was just biting at Volan to undo the string for like the last half hour. Just gumming him.
Stop that.
With their job complete, the bat folk take off, and Arcadia waits until they're out of earshot, which is like waiting a good 40 minutes, because bats have incredible hearing, if you guys do not know. And then
Crap.
all she says is, well now, look who faked their death. Haven't seen you three sorry lot since that whole mess on Shepherd's Cradle. How goes it there, bonny lass and other bonny lass and girlish looking man?
Do I even want to guess who the last one is being referred to?
I feel insulted.
Pull back.
I'm so comfortable in my own sexuality, guys. I do not. see any reason to try and... Whatever you say, girly man. No. I understand that you're here for a job to protect me, my good friend Therian, and my students on the expedition into the catacombs.
Well, just
Yep.
eyes on Batista. Is it going to be a problem that they're...
Well, no, really, because the professor knows my dad.
Wonderful. I'll defer to your judgment on this one.
Ah, yes, Amadeus. Oh, if he wasn't married and we were still in college, oh.
I don't need to know about
That is not something I need to know.
Yes.
You know, you can share all those details about that fantasy with Doll over here. I'm sure she's very eager to hear everything.
Anyway, you're all here relatively on time, so I'll give you guys a good mark on your whole reports for myself and with Therian here. However, I have to tell you something. Not everyone in my class is actually here on the island. All I have are my 7-star pupils.
I guess it's kind of a good thing. There's less people to keep an eye on.
The only question now is, do you want to go into the catacombs now? Do you want to, well, it's still roughly the afternoon. Do you want to stay in the squall? Just pointing at the hotel behind her with the, the blinding bright lights to just bounce off against the white paint on the building.
How does anybody sleep in that?
blinding, man. What?
He just holds up Doll to the building.
You just whacked with the tail.
Ow! Revenge is sweet.
He's survived worse. He almost died like 3 times to abominations.
Now he's got a cute little gremlin to deal with.
Already had one of those to deal with. Unfortunately, the other one was married.
But Professor Arcadia is just like, if you guys want to spend the whole day sleeping at the hotel, you can, or you guys can embark into the catacombs of Ormaquette.
Would anyone think less of me if I just offered to tell you?
If you what?
Sleepy.
Go into the blinding building and sleep.
Alright.
Eepy.
But since you're a scholar, I guess we could wait.
I mean, the rest of you guys can go on without me. Job. I don't want to slow the rest of you down just because I'm. Besides, you're probably not going to need me for the first day anyway. That's all. You're not going to find anything valuable. Expeditions like this can take days, weeks, sometimes even months before anything shows up. Especially with such a small group. In a wide space like this. Although I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you that, Professor. I'm sure you've taken into account the amount of space that you've got to cover versus the personnel you have at your disposal.
You know, for a tired lad, he's not wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're going to need someone to... Before she even says anything, Bella's like, yeah, alright, no, I'm going to stay with him and make sure that we keep up with you as soon as he awakens.
Thanks, Bella. I appreciate that.
No problem. And
Dull,
he also
you're
picks
not
up
staying with
Boomy to then just push you into the hotel. I'll make sure I can sniff you out to then meet up with you all later. Now let's get in here, don't cough, start moving, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yes, alright, I know how to walk, dang it. Doll, behave.
No. I'll behave. As soon as he's out of earshot, she just says that.
I heard that.
So
Amy
Thank you.
just looks down at Dolly and goes, "You know I'm going to be the one watching you now, right?"
Okay.
Yeah, she likes you.
So, 3 of you guys are going to be going with the professor and the colonel into the catacombs. Wonderful. So,
Yeah.
Amy, Deez, Doll, you're following behind the professor and the colonel. Relatively a not too far off walk, like maybe a 45-minute walk from this part of town, just dipping through some off channels from a side street, and then just kind of goes to like a very cavernous opening that seems to be off-putting in the city, as there are 7 students of different genetic makeups right there. One of them is a female centaur, chestnut brown hair with a white stallion lower half, alabaster skin with pink eyes, black sclera. Another one is kind of like a blue diamond Earth Genasi with pearl white hair that's chiseled to almost look like a mom's braid on like the left side of her face. You have a human boy, relatively age 22, just jittering because he's had about 87 cups of coffee with like huge bloodshot eyes, just kind of jittering still, like
Give him another 22 so that he can pass through time and space.
While right next to him is a tiefling, but not a tiefling. Just by his side, just trying to comfort him.
Very descriptive.
I gotta be vague, because I don't want people to know about the brand new demon race.
A tiefling, but
There's no such thing
totally
as
not a
vague.
tiefling.
The other side of these two is a female half-elf that's just kind of twiddling her thumbs. Just kind of looking at everyone with like baggy clothes and just trying to hide her face by just throwing up the hood. Just still twiddling her thumbs. Right next to
It's always the quiet ones.
all of that is a golden retriever dog folk that's just typing on their iStone, looking at news feeds or looking at some bank statements and looking at a digital map, just kind of bored. Where the last one, which is a character of a species that was inspired by Laurel from Campaign 1, is a shroom folk. Just a small 4'6" little mushroom girl, like a flowy black and red dress, like a dark brown cardigan, just having a huge book with her mushroom cap with some glowing pollen that kind of turns into like some neon glitter where she's just reading a book. Just like a little cute little mushroom girl. Yes.
I'm not there. I got nothing. This is
Volan's not here. Yes, but Strider is.
I could, but no.
So as you guys are approaching, Colonel Furion is just like, "Attention!" Where they all just drop their stuff, just kind of take up a military pose, just like, they're all yours, ma'am. I'm so uptight, this one. Alright, everyone, these are 3 of our security people. We got here a genuine artifact right here of an owlin who's a barbarian. We also have a goblin that's I think a paladin. I'm still reading auras. It's kind of a hard thing just seeing the red and the greys. Then we have a salamander. That might be lunch. I'm kidding.
Now you're wishing I was there.
I'm kidding. She's not lunch. She might be finger food. Anyway.
Can you not scare the child?
I need her to be scared. It's good motivation.
I like her. I like her a lot.
So, let us get on with the first thing, which is to navigate through the catacombs of Ormaket, since I actually mapped out a way to at least get to a small river base that can get us straight into the bottom, so we can find certain lost cities. I did an excavation about this 3 years ago for my own thesis to get my doctorate. All of a sudden, the dog folk just speaks up, where it's like, "Wait, Teach, if you got it 3 years ago, how old are you?" "I'll tell you what my fucking age is. None of your goddamn business. So unless you want your cock inside your own ass, you'll shut your fucking mouth, Ty." Okay, just shut up. All of a sudden, the human just speaks like, teacher. Snow, did you have a lot of coffee again?" "Yes, I did. I didn't sleep. I was trying to do my own thesis, so I want to make sure that I do not fail." I'm back, I'm awake. So, where are we going? How are we going to do this? And why are there security people? And why are there eight of them in a row? I think you need to cut back on your caffeine there or something to hallucinate. "No, I'm not, teacher! And why are you 13 feet tall?" "Huey, can you make sure your brother is getting enough sleep?" Where a tiefling but not a tiefling touches on the human shoulders. She's like, I'm gonna make sure my brother's okay. She's very excited. We didn't know we would make the short list. Aye, you did. No, don't fuck up, or you'll be dinner soon for the things that we're gonna find in the catacombs. So, are we all ready to go? Brooke! The centaur just raises her hand. Blair! The Earth Genasi raises her hand. Snow and Huey Russo! The jittering one and the demon raise their hands. Ty! Dogfolk raises his hand. PJ! The shroom folk just puts her book away and just raises her hand excitedly, just kind of jumping up and down like, "Oh, me, yes, I'm here, yes!" Alright. Now we got a roll call done. Let us get inside the catacombs right away. And as that gets underway to have you guys enter through, the catacombs, unlike on Shepherd's Cradle, it only has a spiral of green and white flames just shooting up with each step you guys do from just walking through. Just not on the walls in normal positions. They kind of just light up in like a spiral affair, one by one. Lighting up in a nice spiral effect as you're proceeding through. I will say this ahead of time because Laurel and Anne have experienced this. They would know from their own character bases that using magic in the catacombs is a terrible idea. Because last time you guys did this, people got hurt on Shepherd's Cradle. So I'm trying to do retroactive memory so you guys are like, okay, what if I wait? Then it's just kind of rewind back in your heads. Someone used magic on Shepherd's Cradle. Explosions, people got hurt, people got separated, you guys didn't know what to do, there were potential cave-ins. It's ingrained in your heads. I'm not going to make you guys do something stupid. I'm not one of those DMs that just makes you walk into danger without having prior knowledge.
Yeah, so when we walk headfirst into danger, it's all our fault.
I mean, yeah.
Because we were well warned.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's some warning, guys. It's like, okay, so we use light. Why did I blow up? What the fuck did I just say 5 seconds ago?
No one want to warn Doll ahead of time since you've seen me use nothing
That's
but
what
magic.
I was going to do.
Man, Volan's gonna fuck you all up in it.
And the thing is, she's going to message Bello before they go in. Be like, "Ayo, make sure you remind Volan about what happens if he does magic in the catacombs. Hey, Doll, can I talk to you about something extremely important for a moment?"
Just starts climbing on you, sits on your shoulder.
Now, these catacombs are heavily dangerous, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely cannot do magic in them, or else everyone will get hurt. Do you understand?
You just see her comfortable expression just kind of shatter, her safety net just gone. Oh. Oh.
What about wild shape? What about wild shape? What about wild shape? What about wild shape?
I don't think wild shaping counts. Over table, does wild shaping count?
You guys don't know. Never tried it before.
Oh, that's true.
Dang
We
it
never had
all.
through it.
Could I roll an investigation or a history check on that? Since I need, as Doll's just like trying to contemplate a lot of her abilities, just like
That would be
I don't
an
wanna rely
Arcana
on
check, my good sir.
that's still
Wouldn't it be
fine.
nature
That's,
since it's druidic?
Druidic, yes. If this were a different variant, there would be no problem.
19, because proficiency gives advantage.
Because it's gonna be archaic magic, regardless of how you put it, druidic nature magic is still from the arcane seam of the magic weave. It's not ley line, which would be a totally different thing altogether with what you could do as a shaman. So, it's a gamble. You could wild shape, but would you survive, and what are the consequences? You don't know.
I don't. But then Doll's like also thinking, and just kind of like gulping as she's just trying to think, what about her blood hunter abilities that she doesn't like to use too often?
You don't know. I'm not saying like over table people don't know. You personally don't know.
Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
just genuinely doesn't know. Again, we've seen her use nothing but magic as most of her offense right now, so it's just like she's nervous.
Volan is gonna grill Bello back. What about my breath magic? What about my alternate magic? What about the ley line magic?
Technically, your fire breath would be fine.
It's an inherent thing.
Well, at least it's something. Well,
Um,
that's something at least. Haven't had a need to use it, so
Now-
that's.
back to Amethyst and Doll. Just stay close to me. And do you have any weapons you can use that is not magic based?
The only thing magical weapons I have is as she just slowly just starts pulling out the pieces of her great scythe, despair, the only magic that has is this coming back to me, and I have my little stabby. She just pulls out her cutlass. But that's it. But the stabby doesn't do magical stuff, and the only thing magical about my despair here is it just can magically come back. Or it comes back. I'm not sure.
You know how I fight,
How about
and
we
I
just don't
never
talk?
let go of my weapon?
Uh-huh.
You're going to be doing something like that. Just mimic my moves if we need to, okay?
I'm
All the
not a
moves you
gecko.
need to.
I'm not a gecko. I can't copy.
How about, do you want to stay close to me? Because I don't mind you staying in my cleavage with Yuki if you have to.
The moment you say that, she dives in.
Just go root
Pops
around
her
in the
head.
magical cleavage.
Just pops her heads out. Just holding Yuki, shaking.
Moves of holding don't count in its heritage.
Just fucking Yuki is freaking out from being violently shaken by Doll. Just,
Yukio, protect.
it's gonna register protect, but it's gonna be a little bit shaken up because Doll is not making Yuki feel at ease right now.
Doll,
Doll is the paint shaker.
loosen up.
Sorry, Ducky.
Just bites Doll at a reflex for the violent shakes because it's a rescue dog.
That is over table. That's 100% fair.
Yeah. Payback for all the fighting you did to me.
You're a different story. This is an innocent puppy.
So,
It's called karmic justice. That dog's getting a treat later.
while you guys are walking through the catacombs, the spiral affair of the green and white lights are just decorating to where you're not seeing a path of the walls or anything. All you're seeing are glimpses of very ancient stones that have spirals of magic launched within them. It's almost like watching small little whirlpools of ancient arcane mana just spinning about, giving a small glow to make it seem like it's a nice, breathable sort of land mass that you're standing upon. Almost like it's a cooling effect to then offset the flames themselves. You're still walking through to where, if you guys want to talk to the students or talk to the professor and the colonel themselves, you're free to. Or you guys can keep walking in silence and maybe wait to see what happens next. It's your choice.
I personally don't know what to say.
That's fine.
I don't know what to say.
That's also
I'm
fine.
grilling Belovic with a billion questions and then passing it.
Bella would just be like, I don't know, I did not have leyline magics when we had it the first time, but there was a spider person that we had the first time. Huge dick. Almost got a lot of people killed when he was doing magic. It was a whole big scene. But if you do not do anything reckless, we will be fine.
How does the spider have it? You know what? I'm not even going to ask.
And then just karate chops you in the neck to put you to sleep.
Bastards just like Omen.
Well,
That's a reference you guys hopefully will never learn.
hopefully not. As when you guys are proceeding forward even more, I will say that with Amy's extra sensory things to not be surprised, Deez, you're able to see Amy grab in midair an uninvited guest that's trying to stay close to you guys of your assignment on the other spectrum of things of Cleon, who was tailing you guys from the ship.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, at least he's with us so we can babysit him.
Oh, but we don't want to babysit him during this.
He technically can't stay put, or else he's going to be a target.
He would have been so much safer on our newly blessed island. Goddamn little prick. When I wake up, I'm gonna be so pissed.
So, this is where you guys ran off to. Interesting. And your hands are huge.
Where is she holding?
Is a shirt collar.
Migrate up to the neck.
Be lucky my large hands are not around your throat.
I'm just saying because I've never met an owl person. I just did not know you guys had large hands.
Not all of us do.
Interesting. Interesting. Also, why is it so dark in here?
Don't do magic if you can.
You mean like, and then he just twirls his pen to where he vanishes in paper to then just appear resting his elbows on top of Deez's head. Like this?
No, like the old stuff.
Then just gives you guys a shit-eating grin for all of you that can see in dark vision. So all three of you.
Yeah, lucky them. I may not be able to see it, but I can feel it.
Just this collie dog folk giving you guys a shit-eating grin where it's like, I want to hit him, but we can't.
Accidents happen.
Oh, then just behave, and then there won't be a problem.
I can definitely do that.
Dahl just looks up Don Batista.
Does gun is considered damage? If he gets out of line, you can have me gum him. It's
No.
not considered damage. It's just annoyance.
Hey, DM, how much is a bag of lemons? A big bag of lemons.
A big bag of lemons, like a good market, probably like 500 silver.
God, what a fucking racket.
The fuck you
consider it
complaining
if I have
about?
to.
You're rich.
You don't stay rich if you don't go looking for bargain. I'm gonna burn his house down with the lemon. Actually, I was thinking of just beating him with the lemons, and the lemons would bruise, so it wouldn't leave a mark on him. But that works too.
Maybe. But you're still proceeding on this path. Cleon just jotting down something in a journal. You guys following behind the students, the professor and the colonel. All seems to be quiet. Almost too quiet.
It's never good when it's too quiet.
It's at this moment where the green and white lights that were just petering in just kind of stop to where you're just now walking down a dark path. You can't tell where's left, where's right, where's up, where's down, where's forward. As the professor is just standing there looking at her own map. Do you guys want to do something, or do you guys want to wait?
I would like to see if I can give the professor any form of help.
Okay. Let's say that could be an investigation. Or survival.
Or survival.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good in both of those. If you want me to help you out there too.
All three of you can roll for it. I'm not going to stop
Yep.
you.
I got a 14 in investigation.
14 in invest.
19 in survival.
19.
Technically, my modifier can be either. They're both the same in either one, so I can. Which one do you guys want me to say I did? Does both have advantage because proficiency and the modifiers are the same?
Investigation.
Investigation might be good.
Yeah.
Okay. 25.
25. Alright. So,
God damn.
between the two of you, you're able to assess at the same time as Professor Arcadia that you need to first go to the left and then head downward. But with the 25 from Dahl, you're able to keep up with where the professor will be leading you after going downward to then actually riding down a, I'd say, relatively vast rapid that's petering through a different system of tunnels to kind of help navigate everyone. Just like, steer to the left, now to the right, jump, duck down from the 3 pillars, avoid the 4 spikes.
3 hops this time.
Right foot next up.
Where as soon as you guys get through the whole pathway, it then just opens up to a bright, I mean bright, crystal cavern that leads into 3 different pathways. Where that's when the professor rolls up her map to then tuck away, and it's like, alright now, students, from here I'm gonna have, I'm gonna have Ty and PJ go with the security team. Everyone else follow me and Furion. We're gonna go down the left path. They'll show you all something very interesting. Wait, Teach, why do we got Ty that asked for fucking questions to be asked? Because if I wanted some kind of fuck nugget that asked me some questions, I'd ask the dead student that I had from last year actually asked me some fucking questions. Now, do you want to piss me off even more? Wait, teacher, are you you want to find out if I'm a fucking murderer? No? That's right. Let's go. As she and Furion take everybody towards the left tunnel, it's now up to the 3 of you about what tunnel you guys want to take the students into, if you would.
What are rolls that we?
Brand new area, brand new roles, where this has to be survival only.
Okay, rolling for survival. 24 from Dahl.
24,
16 from D's.
16.
I'm using my mulligan.
Okay.
14.
14. Luckily, Deez is able to assist a little bit because you just met the DC for this part. As you and Doll are able to pick up, you need to go to the right tunnel, which is littered with even more crystals, just still glimmering and glowing. With Cleon, Ty, and PJ right behind you. If you guys want to RP a conversation at this point, you can. I'm not going to stop you. If you don't, we'll keep proceeding.
Artemis. She keeps walking on me.
So cute.
I'd probably say Doll would be enamored by all the shiny stuff all about.
Okay.
What's with the girl? Watch your claws.
Again, you guys can just tell me to skip forward if you don't have anything for the RP to speak of. I'm not.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Doll is
Man,
Doll
it
is
sucks when I
just
nap, doesn't it?
Doll is just distracted by crystals to calm herself.
Interesting. Interesting. So, I'm gonna take that being distracted by crystals things for a very important thing.
Uh-oh.
So, while Amy and Deez, you guys are always staying vigilant. You never are caught slipping at this point, because you've seen what happens when you get lost in the sauce. Doll. With your survival, you're able to navigate, but you can't see what happens next. As
You're in cleavage. You don't have to worry about anything.
in a split second, you're able to really miss hearing cracks come from the very walls and ceiling of these crystals. Just more cracks petering through. Where if Amy rolled a 10 in survival, you wouldn't register anything. But with at least a 14, you're able to register when pebbles hit your shoulders. It's at this moment when you guys feel like you're at your most calm that there is just one thing that throws you guys off. And that's seeing glowing runes staring back at you. Almost like robotic eyes, if you would. But now comes the question about what do you and Deez do with that sight of seeing the glowing runes above you, but being kind of aware from just pebbles touching down. And I will remind you, Laurel, you have more than just Canute. You have your hammer, and you have that brand new great axe that you've never got to use in combat officially.
I do have those two weapons. I am going to go with the axe that I have not used yet.
The axe of the... I think it's the new moon?
Something like that.
It should be pinned in our DMs. Let me double check. Cause I had to make sure you had everything. Yeah, the axe of the new moon. Not magic in nature. What about you, Deez? What are you pulling out just in case? As Anne is just like, what do I pick from these notes?
I guess
Her gun's magical?
No. I don't think my gun's magical. Yeah, I'll pull out Valentina. Yeah, I'll pull out the gun. I don't get to use that very often.
Okay. And Doll, are you just
I get to bust a
gonna
cap in someone.
cower in the cleavage, or are you gonna do something?
Doll has the luckiest position.
Yeah, she'll
Yeah, she's totally
Pop-
staying there. Yeah.
she'll pop out, even if she's a little hesitant, as since she's a little wary of despair, she actually kind of flicks her own like little salamander hands to just realize suddenly she has claws.
Personally, I would just stay in the cleavage and wait for the element of surprise. Boom.
Yeah, because we haven't had an element of surprise coming out of freaking Amatisa's cleavage besides the dog.
Do you want me to stay inside the cleavage to be ready with claws?
Yes.
Be inside the cleavage, be ready with claws, and the dire wolf.
A baby direwolf still.
I will have my surprise.
It's a bite.
He still bites.
We will leave the baby in there unless Amethyst says otherwise. But I will be ready with my claws, which are my claws considered like an armor? Like what claw attacks with me now?
They would be
How-
claw attacks. They're not an armor upgrade or anything.
Okay. Because I
But
don't think we put down what kind of damage type that would be, but I'll ask that if we get there.
yeah, because as you guys are preparing
Usually just one die higher.
to where you're actually stopping Cleon and the students from following, two very rustic-looking golems touch down, where their gear work and even their whole entire make, they kind of look almost like very ancient steampunk golems with the gears still slightly turning with rust on the bits. The armor's a little bit decayed, but the kind of ancient optical lenses they're trying to focus up just see you guys where you just hear neutralize. Enemies to the crown of Castle Agar in the tunnel system. Repeat. Detonate, eliminate, and destroy. to where. Who's ready to roll initiative?
He's ready to let Volan know you're fighting.
22.
22,
17.
17,
19.
19. All right. Good spot.
By the way, now that I remember I have my initiative modifier, I never really go last anymore.
You better not.
Okay, so Amy, you'll go first with the first golem on deck.
Oh, lovely. And what material are these guys made out of?
You guys never checked. But it does look rusted, like it's old. You guys just don't know what kind of material.
Okay. Wait, do I need a different dice to attack? I forget what this
You're just rolling with the D20 first to see if you'll hit, but it's 2D10
Yeah, I know.
for the axe of the new moon.
Alright, the first attack fails. It's a 9.
Okay.
Second attack fails. Does 16 hit?
16 will hit.
Okay, and you said 2d10s?
2D10 plus your strength mod.
Twelve.
12 points of damage is not bad. That's some good slashing damage.
And 10 was the last one.
Okay, that's gonna miss. As
Do I still
Yes?
have my movement or no?
You still have your movement. The space you guys are in is roughly 40 by 35. 40 in width and 35 in length. The students in Cleon are a good 20 feet behind you.
I tried to move back at least 15 feet.
Okay. Good to know. I see Strider's trying to make up a strategy even though he's not here.
He has a thinking mind.
I just saw it in his face. It's like, I want to help, but I'm not there.
Someone has to call me. Somebody call me.
No, you stay in bed.
Fine, I'll stay in bed.
Also, how would you find us?
Bella.
And technically,
Hello.
Amy already did call Bello before they went into the catacombs.
This is through. So,
Yeah, but is Velo going to infer that you guys are going to be in trouble?
the golem
He should know.
is going to try and do something. It's not targeting you guys specifically, but targeting a part of you for something. They're sadly going to miss just by an inch for the first attack. But for a bonus action, they're gonna try again. Okay. So, with you, doll, kind of peering out, you will actually... You won't take damage, but you will lose part of your AC from what's about to happen. As they use a energy whip to slash down that burns away at your snoot, or that scarf thing. I want to remember what it's called, but it's been a while since I've watched Wednesday.
Dude.
Thank you. So with that burnt down, your AC has dropped by 2 because that's armor breaking.
Is this a permanent thing?
Unless you can find someone to make you a brand new one in the next 5 minutes, yes.
I'm gonna put that down to a 13 then.
Oh man.
As we will now jump to D's with the second golem on deck.
Alright. I'm going to try shooting at that second golem.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
17 will hit.
Alright. Seven damage.
7 damage, not bad.
And then let's try to shoot at it again.
Okay.
14.
14 will miss.
And then, you know, with my bonus action, we'll go again.
Okay. Okay.
Nope, that misses. And that's a nat 20.
Okay.
Please tell me that one hit.
It does.
Yeah, no, the nat 20 misses. That's 16 damage.
16. Cool.
Cool, as in not nearly enough.
But it's a start.
It is indeed a start. Just D's trying to kick off from the walls to then just fire off 4 rounds, with the last one being so strong it almost pops her arm out of her socket. Just hitting the golem before it tumbling down, and then just kind of do a superhero pose when you're finished tumbling. But it's some good opening damage, I'm not gonna lie. As the golem, the second one, will now make its move, where it's scanning the room, but it's still targeting what they think would be the weakest target, which will still be Doll.
Yay.
So that will be a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
So they're going to... Wait, did I get the right dice for... No, because that's the wrong dice I need to pull up. Okay. No, I had... God damn it, thank you. Shit, they were using the wrong dice I was clicking for. So that's gonna be 5 electrical damage, just straight to the face, Doll.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action. They're gonna try to attack again. 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
This time, you just see that the hand cracks open, the gears slowly churn out a ancient-looking machine gun. That's going to be 7 points of damage hitting Doll straight in the face. Would you have fallen out of Amatista's cleavage at this point?
Should I do a dex save after I figure out my damage counts?
Yes.
You said 7 points from that previous attack?
Yep.
So that drops into 25. Yeah, I'll do a dex save.
Alright.
Proficiency, so it's... I think I'm fine. That's a 21?
You'll be fine. But it is now your go.
Well, my main form of offense has been limited because magic more or less is off the table. Or so I think. I've been told. And I don't know if throwing despair and calling it back will have any kind of effect.
I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows.
Because keep in mind, like, the only reason why Amy warned Doll about it is because she knows the majority magic that Doll uses is the ones we've been using.
Is the arcane type.
Yeah. Lane line, it's up in the air.
Yeah. I have 2 possible options for range attacks, but I can only use them once a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do have the gifted spell of Tellhill Star, which is Leyline, and then a new thing from my class, not my class, from my species thing, but that has a good bit of range, and I don't... How big is this space?
40 by 35.
And how much is my greater breath attack?
Look over your notes.
I don't... I have it in front of me, but I don't think I wrote down how big of a range it was. I remember it was huge.
Be 35 by 35.
35 by 35. I think I'm gonna save that for a different time. Because even if I hit it to a different area, there's still possible recoil or... Like... Basically, I don't want to catch people in the blast zone.
It's possible.
Yeah. Could I see if Despair is even arcane or mystical?
If you want to.
Can I do a mystic check on this weapon?
Sure.
Okay, so that's just going to be a straight roll plus my intelligence modifier.
Easer.
That's actually not a bad roll. That's another 24.
Despair... Well, you never really went into how you got Despair as a weapon, so all I'm gonna say is, in Origin, it wasn't really wielded by someone that knew what arcane magic was. What this is, it's not composed of old world magic, as we're gonna call it, because arcane magic is slowly dying at a very, very steady pace. But you don't know if it's glyph magic, if it's leyline magic. You're just like, it doesn't feel like old world magic.
So it doesn't feel arcane.
Nope.
So I pull out Despair.
Okay.
And this is the first time I'm using a signature weapon.
Yes.
So I know you gave me the notes last time, and I'm pretty sure I wrote them down. If not, I'm scrolling up.
All I'm gonna say is, you using since your main class is Blood Hunter, it's all attack and damage rolls go with your intelligence modifier attached.
Okay, so I roll a. So I roll a d20 plus my intelligence.
These are signature weapons. Gonna be fun.
Oh, that's another 24.
Nat 24.
Dirty 24.
Oh, I was about to say.
It was a 19 plus 5.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. Which one are you targeting? 1 or 2?
Probably the second one since it's hurt me the most.
Okay.
So I'm throwing it, so just popping that hand out of the chest, just kind of like, I guess, constructing. I've actually never really went too much into how despair really works, kind of, and how she like hides it.
Nope.
So I guess for how Doll uses it, it's like a collapsible blade where hitting a kind of like mechanism, it just brings out the twin side edges at both ends. As she just kind of flicks it quickly as it soon manifests to its full size to hit the guy.
Hit the golem.
And then I just roll for my thrown damage.
These are...
Okay, so that's 2d10
plus intelligence mod.
Plus intelligence mod plus the 3 slashing. So off the bat, that's already 8 because of intelligence and slashing, and that. So 8 plus 15, that is 23 damage.
Okay.
As Doll not having anything else since basically I'm being carried by Amatista, and we're out of range of the other two, right?
Yeah, because just tossing it, you would still be, since Amy fell back, you'd be a good 35 feet away.
Okay, so I will just try and call it back, since that's, I think you said that's a bonus action to do that?
It
right?
is, but here's the problem from just throwing it haphazardly. The golem that got hit by it isn't really able to have the scythe come out of it. You're instead feeling like despair is being drained because you tossed it into it.
Oh.
I'm gonna reiterate it one more time, that this is a golem that was talking about King Agar. So these are from the age of Agarnon. Technology you guys have never really seen before. And you chose to throw it. I'm accepting that you guys have done it, but I'm also trying to open up that this is something you guys do not know. I'm not trying to reprimand you, I'm just trying to remind you guys. Sometimes the easiest solution is not the best solution.
Then I have a follow-up question. Do I know if Hemocraft is considered part of the Arcane or if it's own archer?
You really do not know.
Damn it. Because I don't want to lose despair. I just cleaned up.
Yep.
How far away are they?
35 feet.
Then I'm going to use 35 out of my 40 to go over and then try and pull despair out and try back away 5 feet if I can.
Okay, just jumping out. Just leaping back to make sure you... All those skittish are still just like,
Yeah, because that weapon I feel like has some significance to her, and she doesn't want to lose it. Just as she's trying to get used to using it again.
Good idea.
So I
Yes.
would have considered that my bonus action probably to pull it out.
Okay. As we go back to the top of the round with Ametista with the first golem on deck.
Does 12 hit?
12 will not hit.
That one won't hit. Well, my bonus. That one didn't hit. I crit.
Zelda was so happy she had to voice her opinion.
Not a good crit.
Oh no.
Every crit is a good crit.
Did you roll
Other
a
than
1?
that one.
I couldn't. Yeah, I did.
No.
Oh.
You do have
no.
you do have another mulligan. Don't forget that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that would be your last mulligan.
I'm using my last mulligan. It's not going to help, but it'll be better than a 1.
It would be better than a 1.
8 does not hit.
I know it doesn't hit, but it's better than a 1.
Yeah, because if you went with that one, you guys remember when Dee's had her sword broken that one time?
Yes.
So
We don't
just
want that.
going through, twirling it with one hand, just you're trying to carve through, but it seems like even though it's old, the armor is surprisingly sturdy. Do you use your movement to fall back to where you were before, or?
Doll, would you want me to move back or no?
Oh, Doll already left your cleavage.
I went straight for my weapon. I jumped out of your cleavage.
Okay. Then yes, I will like to fall back.
Okay. As we go into the first golem, where they're still focusing in on who they deem to be the weakest link.
Ah, boy.
Honestly, that is a compliment to Dee's, because it's not Dee's. It's almost like the Jojo Rabbit character. It seems I can never die.
Just remember, y'all, if any of these dog characters were in JoJo, they would be dead.
Oh yeah, yeah they would. 17 to hit you, Doll.
That hits.
Okay. Luckily, it's just 2 points of damage for the first hit. But then they're going to go for their bonus action. That's going to miss. So it goes straight to D.
A fair and a miss.
What do you got for his D's?
I'm gonna shoot at it again with my gun.
Deez has got a gun.
Do 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 do.
There we go. That's another nat 20.
God damn. Which one are you aiming for? 1 or 2?
Number 2 still.
Okay.
That's 10 damage.
Okay, okay.
And then the next shot's a miss.
And I fire and a miss.
And then bonus action, that's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And then Bolin passed out. Had another popsicle.
8 damage.
8, alright.
And I fired and I missed. I missed both times.
We'll go with another popsicle.
And then I fired, and I missed.
And I loaded my gun, and I fired, and I hit something that wasn't what I was aiming for, so I missed.
Long story short, missed.
I love you guys. Anywho, it's time for Aim for the Weakest Link.
If I can live, I have a small plan that can help the other two.
First one is gonna miss by 3. Bonus action. We'll
Does that
hit
plan involve Bolin?
Oh,
where they're gonna take the opposite arm to hit you with some serious force behind it.
oh boy.
So it's gonna be 5 damage, and you're gonna be knocked back 10 feet. Just. As we now go to your turn, doll.
How close are both of them to me?
Number 2 would be good 20 feet away now. Number 1, a good 30 feet away.
And cannot work. They have to be within 10 feet of me. I can't use the thing that has made all the way her character has been built.
Yeah, like I said,
Close the gap.
Act 2, I'm trying to not pull any punches. If they're aiming to kill, they're gonna aim for the weakest first.
I broke the cardinal rule. I shouldn't have split the party.
She would almost be below half.
Do you feel the twitch or the itch?
She does, and considering her options, she's actually going to lean into it. But first, she's going to down one of her elixirs. She doesn't want to go into it haphazardly, since her allies are here.
Okay.
So I'm going to use one of my 20 cure vibes. Let me roll for that healing.
Okay.
So, 11 hit points, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
No, that gets me almost to 3/4 of my health.
That's cool. That's cool.
As bonus action, I hope this doesn't turn out bad. I go into my Werewolf form.
Okay. So, because it's a conscious choice this time, the beast within is able to feed into that rage of yours of feeling like you're inadequate, feeling that sorrow that you have within yourself of like, you can't do this, you're too much of a liability, the council would be so much better without you, the commander himself would do so greater if he did not have you as an attachment to the whole party. All of these things the beast is trying to then just scream out, enough. Your jaw unhinges, your eyes go pure white, as your skin kind of feels like it's ripping open to have it be overtaken by the very flesh of a were-orca. Your back pops, your arms pulsate through as you're growing into the pure glory of your medium height, and a more stretched out form of your fashion armor sends scarf with despair looking larger in your hand, and where the white of your eyes fades away, it's now just slants, like it's slanted pupils, but then just the eyes have a hint more of your own control into it. Almost like whatever lessons Bella was trying to teach you when you first arrived are starting to slowly peter in bit by bit, where this time you feel like you can control it. You can be the beast. But I will mark 2 on my end for something.
Oh, damn it.
It's not environmental, it's something for you personally. I got a mark 2.
Oh. That still has me worried, but if it's not an environmental thing, I'm gonna worry a little bit less, as even if I'm still holding despair. Actually, how far away are they? You said 20 and 30?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go to the one Amy's been targeting, since D seems to have a fair bit of damage going into the second one.
Okay.
As I'm going to use Despair just to slash. A multi-attack would probably be better.
Alright. So you're gonna try to attack it twice.
Yeah. Because, again, I don't have extra attack, since I didn't take that at that level.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, buddy.
So I can attack it twice with Despair, or did you say that because I said the multi-attack?
Because of multi-attack, it would be twice.
Okay. So I will roll the first one, and it's Despair still considered my signature weapon?
It's always going to be your signature weapon. Like if Volan were to activate that racial ability at level 16, even his signature weapon would still be his. It does not change.
Okay, and I consider the intelligence of the werebeast, right?
Yes. Well, technically, the werebeast is you, so you're using your stats.
Okay.
It's not like wild shape.
Okay. Then a 19 for the first hit.
That will hit.
And a 14 for the... No, wait. Yeah, no, 14 for the second hit.
That will just barely miss.
Damn. So, okay. 2d10. Plus my intelligence, plus the slashing damage. Oh, I didn't add my intelligence modifier for the second hit, for either hits. I was just... Did I? No, I did, sorry. Just trying to still get used to this.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Signature weapons can be fun.
Yeah. Considering I got nearly max damage of 19 plus 3 plus 5. So that's 27, I think?
19 plus 3... 12, 22... 27, yeah.
Okay. Wait, no, that's the throwing. I have to take off one of these dice. I think it's throwing damage.
It's fine, buddy. It's fine.
So, I'll just take the highest, since that's the first dice. So it's 10 plus 3... Plus, so 18 damage.
18, no problem.
Yeah.
It's a good start. Just running through, just darting past the second golem, then just... While the second slash doesn't go through the first one, slashes through the metal to where you're able to look at Amatista with some pride at, "Hi, Jay," as you're overcome with like the sense of you can probably do this. You can actually do what the commander does. It's incredible. As we go to the top of the round with Amatista, where if you want to call in backup to sweep, you can.
Yep.
Okay. Discord give you problems again, Jay?
No, I was asleep.
I fucking knew it!
I have
I'm glad
not
I didn't
been
bet money.
feeling good.
My banana.
I will take those $3 a rock and a banana.
You don't get $3. I was betting that he was also asleep.
Oh, then we both get the split the banana.
My
And
banana.
the rock.
That means I
Yeah,
get to keep
'cause,
my
my
shiny
weather
rock.
here is a heat wave
Oh,
or
same
rain.
here. Same here, Jay. So,
West.
Oh, you
so-
poor people.
I will say, just for brevity's sake, to get Laurel to her turn, Bello and Volan can get here by the start of the next round if you guys do not finish this, because Bello can track you guys like no other with his were-tiger nose.
Okay.
Yeah, Bello, you're hanging out with Volan and Umi, who are both
Yeah,
very,
I'll
very
be
tired
fine.
and passed out.
18.
18 will hit.
Was for 17.
17 damage, not bad. Alright,
The second one misses.
Okay, good to know.
I know 14 doesn't hit.
Sadly, it does not.
Does 16 hit?
16 will hit.
$22 points of damage.
22. Alright. Alright.
Real damage!
She never got to use this sword properly, and it's from her goddess. Leave Amy alone.
Axe.
So both these golems are looking rough. They're in the critical threshold. But
Doesn't sound like you even need us.
Can I say what makes this more interesting? Amy's not enraged.
I know. That's all her. So, golems are now just looking for the weakest targets, where with the were-orca on the field and Amy putting in big numbers, they're just like, who could be assessed as the weakest target? Who could be assessed as the weakest target? To where golem number 1 is going to, for some reason, target D's.
Ah, yes, for some reason.
First one
They're
is
just
going to miss. Then with
They're just lucky you can't use your magic.
bonus action's going to miss. Because of your high AC. As we now go to D's with the second golem on deck.
Alright.
If it
Well,
lives
the
that
gun's
long.
the gun's been working for us, so I'm gonna shoot the second golem again. That's gonna miss.
And a fire and a miss.
15.
15 is its armor class.
Perfect. Alright, that is 9 damage.
9.
9. And then bonus action, we're gonna do the attacks again.
Okay.
That's another nat 20.
Move over Percy DeRolo.
That's 14 damage.
14. Set the scene.
So I broke their.
As soon as I say set the scene, Mike muted.
Sorry, I was laughing so hard I choked on air.
You know the scene's gonna start with, and so I fired, and I missed.
So I fired,
And I fired,
and I hit.
and I missed.
And then I fired, and then I missed, and then I fired, and then I hit again.
I got so frustrated, I started spraying everywhere.
Stick a popsicle stick in my mouth, and then I start firing again.
Dee's first time using a gun, and then she kills a robot. What a day.
Yeah, can you just not stop using those? You're apparently really good with them. Just sacrifice both of those weapons. Geez, just give her guns. Just give Dick Nuts a gun.
We don't have a full-on Ranger, so that doesn't matter.
So, how do you destroy
got
this
Ranger
robot, Dees?
Yes, Dee's aims with Valentina, her handgun,
Okay.
and she aims at like the core of the robot's body, like, you know, its torso or whatever, and then fires.
Just as soon as it hits the core, explodes to where gears are falling everywhere, with the other golem just kind of trying to register. You still have another attack.
Yeah, I did. Well, we turn, we shoot at the other one. That's gonna miss.
The debris was so much, Dees could not hit a damn thing.
Sure, it's the debris' fault.
She killed one. But will it retaliate and hit you instead? The first one,
Popsicle stick plus
it will
one.
miss with a 16. But now, they're going to do the same thing that they did to Doll earlier, to Dees.
Not the trick.
Dees, how attached are you to your sleeveless hoodie jacket?
If it
She
must
sounded like
go,
crying
it
in the
must go.
But she will
So,
cry about it later.
you
She gets to show more skin now. What she's talking about.
you're basically hit with a plasma-like laser that eviscerates the hooded jacket, where your AC drops by 2 as a result from the armor break.
She just got that AC.
Alrighty.
Where now it is Doll's turn. And probably
Hey,
the
Laurel.
final turn of the duel.
Hey, Laurel, you want to do a team attack?
Team attack, team attack, team attack.
Oh, yes, they do.
It's how close is Ametista? They were next to me.
She would be a good, I'd say, 25 feet away.
I thought we both went for robot number 1.
You did. She backed up to protect the students in Cleon.
There, because I was gonna say, if Amethysta comes right next to me, I have pack tactics, so I can roll for advantage if they want us to roll for both.
You can hold your action for it. Because
Yeah,
at the top of the round, Amy goes first. Remember that.
That is true.
Okay, so you're holding your action. It's at the top of the round where just crash landing from the ceiling is a partially transformed Belovac where he has Umi tied to his back and he's carrying Volan on his left shoulder. Where he's just laying in the middle, where Deez is just the only one with like the shocked anime expression, just like, what the fuck, God? Where I would have you guys roll initiative, but I'm gonna let Amy go first beforehand to see if there's any need for you guys to jump in.
We're just gonna recover from my landing, it's fine.
Superhero landing. It's always hard on the knees.
But that goddamn skunk.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I had to put you guys on speaker so my phone would stop going black.
Did you want me to roll for the team attack since I get pack tactics if you're next to me?
Yeah.
Yippee! Since I'm rolling with despair for myself. Wait, I just realized my brain went to roll two d20s without thinking. But I probably would have said I would have probably went for pack tactics with mine. So with despair, that is a 16 to the attack.
Okay. And for your illustrious leader?
I will roll for Laurel, unless they want to roll for themselves.
I can.
Okay.
I also got a 16.
Okay. So, roll for the combined damage of what you guys are doing.
Okay.
Alright. So my total is plus that would be another 16.
16.
Yep.
And I got 14.
14. I want you both to set the scene.
Alright.
You want the first strike, Laurel?
You know what? Sure. I swooped through, and if I remember right, New Moon is a... Is New Moon a great axe or a great sword?
Great axe. You got it from your goddess directly before you went back during the trio harvest moons.
Yep. I decided to be a little fancy and spun it in my hand to strike off its arms. Dog, go right ahead.
I also just remembered for that multi-attack, it was the one before the 16.
Okay.
But I would say that's just her trying to fumble with having her just like try and get used to having someone else fight beside her. So she probably would have stuttered back a little bit before dropping the weapon to pick it up. And in like kind of cute way that's awkward to her orca size. Before she tries to awkwardly catch back up with Amy with the twin-sided scythe in her hand, like chasing after like a dog. To just follow up by trying to slash at the legs.
With these twin slashes going through, cutting in different angles, as you both slowly put your own weapons away in their own different places and just walk away a bit, they all of a sudden just have their pieces falling in different directions to fall apart, just with gears flying all over the place and littering abound. You guys are now safe and sound again. With TJ, or with Ty and PJ just standing in shock and awe, while Cleon was just like, "Oh, that's really interesting. Let me just write all this down before. Yes, yeah, okay." And then with the falling from the ceiling, yes, yeah. So where with all of you guys back in the same room, if you guys want to RP these moments, you can, or we can proceed forward.
Who wants healing?
Dal will just look to Amethysta still in her werewolf state. Did I do good?
Just with some head pats to you.
Oh, what happened?
She would just have the biggest orca smile she can give.
You did very good, that's all. You did very good.
Oh no, she became the orca again.
Yeah, but it's fine. She's in control. I think. I don't know.
She just waves awkwardly.
Awkward wave with awkward, like, flipper paw thing.
I'd still say she would have hands, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what? If she's waving at us, she's probably fine. Who needs healing? Anyone? Got dragged out of bed for this. I better might as well make it work with it.
Dal raises her flipper.
Hand.
Don't worry, I got plenty of potions.
You always have plenty of potions.
And then Dal vaguely remembers, oh yeah, don't use magic. Or at least arcane magic. He
Clicks for a second. Oh yeah, right.
basically.
Going back to bed. I got here for nothing! Nothing! Like, before I go wandering, like, you guys need me for anything?
You can stay to make me happy. We could carry you. I won't drop you. I promise.
I'm too tired to not believe you.
I mean, if you're worried about being dropped, we could just drag you.
How is that better?
Or I could be the one to keep carrying you, if you really were that scared of it.
Commander is strong.
Bello is technically also the oldest member of the party in general.
Yeah.
I was just rubbing his eyes. Oh, I'm too tired for this. Just what happened? Why are there rubble golems things on the ground? What did you trip?
I was distracted by pretty crystals. Oh.
These guys are... Golems are typically used as autonomous sentries. In the past, you had to trigger them somehow. I mean, trespassing into a territory you're not supposed to, or a prior land tithe that was declared God knows how long ago. Maybe you're standing on, like, some noble's ruined house for all we know.
I mean, these are
Just
catacombs.
Ugh. So have you guys found anything of note this entire time, or were you just fighting golems?
I mean, we found golems.
Fantastic.
The golems roundhouse.
So it's exactly as I said. I didn't find anything the first day, and call down here, and they blow us all up because I'm trying to heal people. It's just...
Please don't blow
He's
up.
just grumbling half asleep.
Tal just pats him on the head, finally able to do it.
Your flipper feels nice.
Thank you.
Wait, no, didn't say that. No.
No, you said it. I will remember it forever.
Ah.
So should we either ask the people what kind of ruins we're in, or are we just going to kind of stand here?
Where's the professor?
He went down a different path than us.
Wait, what? Why did you guys split off from them? We're supposed to be protecting them.
They're scary.
You're scared by the people we're supposed to be protecting right now.
She threatened to shove a guy's dick up his ass.
As somebody who has involuntarily had his dick shoved in places not too long ago, and don't ask!
So you are muted.
Quiet, workout girl.
Well, if you really want to know the professor, we can go hunt them
Okay,
down.
I'm upstairs again.
Welcome back, Laurel. So,
Yeah,
while you guys
welcome
were
back.
talking about all of this, the students are examining the remains of the golem, while Cleon has just been still writing down everything, just like, this is so fascinating, just so interesting, just so cool.
We need to find them.
Not by yourself.
Don't then follow us. Belovec, would you mind tracking down the professor, please?
Can do.
Jay, can you
Thank
do a
you.
survival check with advantage for me, please?
That's what I was about to do.
Hello, puppers.
She just wants all the attention right now.
Well,
You
she's
tell the
a
other
good
pets are paying attention.
baby. Of course she deserves all the attention.
You know, a 19 works.
19 will indeed work. As Bello's just gonna have you guys run with him forward by also pulling the students who are just like, but wait, this is stuff that we can do for our dissertation! Wait! Just
We can come back later.
as you're running down
Safety
these parts of the catacombs, I will say that above table, this is just 1/3 of the system of catacombs in Ormaquette. But it opens up to an interesting sight. Because I need to get the proper ambiance for this. I wonder if I can actually get the proper... ooh, I actually can. Thank you.
Legend versus new.
So, as you guys are coming out from this whole part of things, a giant light hits you all, almost like a manufactured sun hits you, before you then just adjust your eyes to see it's not a sun. It's a massive crystal. As what lies before you all is a vast, lush jungle, filled to the brim with high trees with black trunks but with purple leaves and other foliage, with petering stone civilizations on left and right going forward, and even hearing the sound of waterfalls faintly in the distance, where I want to congratulate you all to find your first of the many lost cities, if not old locations, of Old Ultos overall. Where another thing that kind of throws you off is just hearing the cries of the pterodactyl flying through the air. But when you guys are just taking in that sight, you see to the left, it's Professor Arcadia with Colonel Furion and the rest of the students just standing there, taking notes.
Okay, so they're okay, right? Or are they been bewitched?
I think they're fine.
Okay.
Someone's just drawing this entire area and taking a bunch of notes on his discoveries and plot and theories on the crystal.
Amy, Dees.
Deez is just kind of taking it all in.
You just hear little happy Abel Amatista when she sees the pterodactyl.
There's dinosaurs here.
Dinosaurs.
I mean, the closest thing to a dinosaur she has seen was her grandfather.
Hey!
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
But while taking in these sights and everything, this may not be a job you guys thought would be the same as before. Because now that there is a more prehistoric landmass of things underneath Ormaquette, with students that have no idea what they're going to embark on, Cleon just along for the ride out of curiosity. What troubles will await you all next? What dangers are going to spring up? And what will you discover within this section of Old Ultos? We will discover more about this and others next time that we come to the table. And my God, guys, this was indeed an incredible session with a lot of things to go into of learning about a god, going to Ormaquette, getting to see the catacombs at least a little bit, to even see certain relics from the Age of Agrinon, and now you get to enter a brand new section of the world, Old Altos. It's a lot of exciting stuff that next week we'll go into a lot more stuff where you might meet some new dangers, might meet some new friends, might do a lot of stuff that might uncover what your rewards will be at the end of this job. But I want to thank everybody for coming out to either watch the VOD or watch us live. We all appreciate you guys, whether you guys were here for a long time or a short time. So be good people, make great choices, and it's a Turn Up Tuesday yet. Have a good one.